Welcome to the Clash Masters. I'm Carbon Finn, joined here by Itsu. We're going to be bringing you guys the Clash Masters series. This is Open Qualifier week number 2. We have some epic stuff, some upsets to talk about. Itsu, welcome here. How you doing?
I'm doing unbelievably great because we have so many good matches ahead of us. But I think before we're jumping into all of the action, we want to take a look at the format first to explain you how those teams made it actually into the top 8, because we had a lot to talk. We have a lot to talk about. We have the qualifiers right now, as Corbin said. We are in the second one. It is going to be 4 weeks. Second week is started right now with the second qualifier. We have 3 qualifiers overall, and this is important because in those 3 qualifiers you can collect a ton of points. Those points are later important because with those points you qualify into the playoffs. Now you ask yourself, wait, what is happening in the last week? And that's the last chance qualifier, where another 4 teams can make their way into the playoffs. So this is how you can get there. This is what is the timeline pretty much, and that's a lot of action, Corbin.
Yeah, crazy stuff. We're going to be seeing a lot of amazing wars to come. But these qualifiers are going to lead to something, and that is the prize pool for the Clash Masters. A total of $20,000 be given away in each qualifier. So there is 3, like Itsu mentioned. First place gets $1,500. Second, $750. Then third, fourth, it gets split down below to $350 and $250. And then when you make it to the playoffs, you get more money, with first place getting $5,000. And a nice little side is the MVP for each week is going to be taking home $50 there, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. So let's take a look at the MVP, which we had in the first week, and that was the HT family player, Queen. And he was having an amazing score. 3 out of 3 he was going in all of those matches, with an average time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. That's pretty quick, Corbin, right?
That is really quick. We tend to see E-Dragons, Inferno Dragon attacks really bring those fast attacks, and those are the things that make a difference. And we did actually see that play result in the team that won last week. It was about time. It's been a lot of people are going to be wondering, where is the Queen Walkers? Well, it will not be this week, because if we're going to take a look at the bracket for week number 2 here, you'll notice some teams that were not are going to be in week 2. We have, this was actually qualifier open number 1, but number 2, Queen Walkers are not going to be in it. Alternate attacks are not going to be in it. 2 of the top teams, also top and I Empire. It's like a whole new field, but we have some familiar faces too.
Yeah, that's right. But this is showing as well how close all of those teams are. It is really incredible how many good teams we have and are out there. One of the names which is going to come back, and where the MVP is coming from as well, is HD Family. They're going to come back into this week's qualifier. And we have more teams to come as well. But Zinger versus DC Rangers is going to be our first match, which is going to start in just a couple of seconds, followed by HD Family versus AS Monster, which is going to be an amazing match to watch as well. And then after that, we have KOG. You talked about it. Alternate is not in this top 8. And KOG is the reason. Yeah. KOG kicked them out just 1 match before. And KOG is facing off against Space Station, where Nick and Lex already faced off in the 2 versus 2 Duo Masters. And that was already an incredible match to watch, Corbin.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And then the very last match at the bottom is going to be French teams going at it. And they have a ton of experience going at each other. Is MCS and Carnage Gaming. That wraps up the top 8 teams. And the thing with the Clash Masters, it's all about the points. And you want to earn and make your way all the way through. And when you win, you get 15 points for winning that qualifier for that week, which does play a big role. And we're seeing Queen Walkers standing at the top of the leaderboards with 15, Alternate Attacks at 12, and MCS, they're in 3rd place, but they're the highest remaining team here in week number 2. But Queen Walkers, they will have a chance next week as well. You take all 3 weeks, you add them all together, and then that is going to determine four of the playoff teams that will be getting invited back after the last chance qualifier, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. So that's super important to get those points in. As you just said, MCS and HG Family are looking really, really good to like get somehow their lead in this point race. And it's important to get into the top 4 because, as you said, those are going to be the teams who are going to be invited into the playoffs. And well, let's talk about the first match which we have coming up in just a second, which is going to be Betzinger versus DC Rangers. And Betzinger just won versus the team which knocked out Queen Walkers. We're talking about them. They won the first qualifier, which was I have to say, quite a big upset, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. I do want to show all the viewers what that score was. HV Only Zone taking out Queen Walkers and Itsu. It was time. It was a 14-14 star performance, 99.8 to a 99.8, and it came down to 12 seconds. HV Only Zone knocking out Queen Walkers there, but then HV Only Zone did end up losing to Betzinger, which was 13-10. So they had a really good war against Queen Walkers, but then Betzinger put up some amazing defenses to stop them.
Yeah, it's always like a big question, like what is the reason why some teams are putting up like such high amount of stars and then like going lower again. Most of the time I feel like this is happening against the big teams because, well, there's always the spotlight on them, right? Like everyone is doing videos about them, which means like their bases are getting exposed super quick, and I don't think they have the time to like non-stop build new bases for those matches, so it's just not possible. So this might be the reason why sometimes you have an advantage actually going in the matches against them, and this might cost Queen Walkers in that match. Either way, we have the second team in this matchup as well, which is going to be DC Rangers, and they just won versus Volume 0, which is a really good team as well, which was a 14-13 match, so really high scoring match as well, which means we can expect a lot of action in this match, which should get started really soon.
Oh, yeah, we're getting in with the very first attack from Betzinger, coming in with a Blizzard Lalo. Look at how take down this multi-target Inferno, grab this Valley on the top side, and we're seeing an anti-2-star design. Itsu, have you noticed maybe a few more anti-2-stars, or it's just kind of a little less since the beginning of 10.14?
I think it's still less, but at the same time, there is going to be more teams starting again with those anti-2-star bases because it kind of feels like people forgot about how to attack them sometimes, and it's still forcing a lot of mistakes. The next thing which I feel like is if you build those up correctly, they tend to defend better against all of those air spam variations which are out there, which are right now taking over in Clash of Clans. You see so many air attacks. It is really, really powerful, and this is, I guess, maybe why they're coming back. But either way, right now we have Requirers pushing in with the Lalo, and it seems like he wants to push for the tunnel with his heroes.
Look at this. He has another Invis to potentially use on his Queen. Wants to grab that tunnel, like you mentioned. Raw Champ's ability went off. Not going to grab the multi-target in front of the bomb tower. Ooh, it's going to do a little bit of damage. Does still have the Unicorn alive, but the Queen can pop her ability, and it does. So the Queen's going to grab the Town Hall and secure the second star. Now the question is, the Eagle and the Multis are the biggest threats left, but he still has a Warden and a Warden ability fly around.
That is just so incredible. Just the patient, everything with his heroes was really, really strong. And we have 4 ground exposed now, which are doing nothing about this Lalo. The next important thing is that all of those defending heroes are down. Well, except the King, but the King is not doing anything about that Lalo at this point. Nice Warden abilities, catching everything. There are some nice freezes to make sure this Eagle has no chance whatsoever of fighting back. This is looking so crushed.
This is looking beautiful. He has the freeze. Use it on that multi-target Inferno. The balloons are going to fly around. Going to be able to push their way to that multi. Has the minions, has the pups around for clean up. The multi is going down to the balloons. What a beautiful crushing attack to start off here. The qualifiers. And there it is. Betzinger get the first triple on the board.
Yeah, that was a crushing attack, and maybe the example of when you sometimes should not use those ring bases, especially because if the enemy team knows exactly on how to take those out, it's going to be a rough time. I want to say. So those 4 ground expos did not pay off in this attack. But wow, that Lalo was super clean.
Yeah, it was textbook right there with the Blizzard taking out the top side, setting that funnel to push his hero straight to the town hall. To get that queen all the way to the middle, it's not easy. And he funneled perfectly with the Royal Champion and wall broke 1, 2, and even 3 layers in towards the middle there. And then just basically almost seemed like a clean up Lalo at that point. So now we're going to have to see if DC Ranger can answer with a 3-star of their own.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be interesting to see if DC Rangers is like overall using mainly anti-2-star bases, because this could be obviously a huge advantage going into this if the enemy team knows how to take those down. This would mean that DC Rangers is under a lot of pressure already now, like knowing, okay, they know how to take those anti-2-star bases down. And there's the next one, a variation of one of those bomb bases. And let's see if they know how to take this down. And this is the classic entry. This is why I hate P.E.K.K.A Smash and Legends, because to typically have, I mean, I already jinxed it most likely at this point, but typically you have no chance of defending this just because like this strategy has so much power. You're going from the other side, and the base builder already is putting the town on the complete other side. Still, the attack is crazy strong if you can make sure those healers are switching to your P.E.K.K.A, and they're becoming pretty much, invincible.
Yeah, I mean, you are casting with me, which means that I have the crown for the Jinx Master here. But we're gonna see what Wu can do coming across from that town hall. And both sweepers, look at this. Both sweepers are pointing to that Eagle Artillery. Interesting enough, but I remember this style of base back in Channel 13 when I first encountered it in Legends. I was like, no, it was just such a nightmare because the town hall is always so baited on the outside and then this fully trapped as well. But let's see, he's entering from the complete opposite side. He already invested his siege barracks, which means he's going to have Hog Rider, so he's going all out to end on the town hall.
Yeah, this is exactly as I said, the entry which you do and which you see in Legends. I'm kind of surprised right now he's not dropping the next jump spell just yet. He's waiting for his truce, but they split up quite a bit. So maybe, yeah, it's looking a bit tough right now, but with having the P.E.K.K.A running to the outside, he has not too much staying power inside the core of the base, but at this point, there is not that much damage left with the Queen still with her ability left alive. He has a heal, he has a rage, he has 2 freezes. So this is still looking pretty good.
Wait, oh, the Queen. Oh, he raged up the Royal Champion with the town, freezes it. Oh, beautiful freeze and rage combination. The Queen's ability. Wait, he still has King ability and a heal. I'm talking about what's left, but look at what he has. That Royal Champion came up clutch to grab that. This is a 3-star here.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I hate P.E.K.K.A Smash. How do you defend this? Like, what is the how do you do that? I mean, the base player already put the town on the complete other side, and still the P.E.K.K.A Smash is coming from the other side, and he has 3 out of 3 P.E.K.K.A left alive. What are you supposed to do as base player against that? This is crazy. And this was the exact right army choice against this legend base right there. So really nicely done. And it seems like so far both teams are opting into those anti-2s or legend style bases, I want to call them, which is quite surprising because, as you said earlier, most teams are opting into those anti-3-star bases, which are really looking like not symmetrical at all, like really like open walls and really strange looking. But somehow both teams so far agreed on using anti-2-star bases.
Yeah, I mean, in that style of base, it's still a risk. Attacking from the opposite side of the town hall, it could go wrong and result in a 1-star. So it comes down if the player is willing to take that risk to go all out for the 3-star. And hey, it paid off, and it was beautiful. The Royal Champion helped clutch up, grab that town hall with the freeze rage spell. The Queen finished it off with her ability, and like you mentioned, not a single P.E.K.K.A did go down. The attack is very strong, but I've seen it come back and fail a couple different times with the 1-stars for sure if you don't get that town hall down, but it was a beautiful answer. And now Bazinga are going to be up next to be answering because this is qualifier number 2 here, and they're trying to get their points to be able to qualify to make the playoffs in a few weeks from now. So these wars do play a huge importance. Plus, there's a big prize pool on the line.
Yeah, that's right. You have the prize pool of the qualifier itself and playing for the points. to have the even bigger prize pool on the line of the playoffs. So all of this super important and super important to those teams. Now we should have the next attack starting soon as well. And I have to say, I'm really looking forward to see if they keep going with their anti-2-star bases or if they have something different.
Oh.
And this right now, I mean, those bases, I can't tell. Is this an anti-3-star base? Is this anti-2-star base? Because this like this diamond-shaped base is in Legend as well. So I think those bases are in both communities existing. I don't know how to call this, but I guess he missed the Expo, or was this just 5 lightnings?
Well, yeah, the Expo is going to stay up. He could have potentially, if he dropped it next to it. I mean, obviously, it's not enough to take it down if he only had the 5 lightning and earthquake there, because you do need the extra one. You are able to take down the Inferno Tower, but the Queen's going to try to charge in, take out that Town Hall. The CC is a little bit closer to the Queen on the right side over there. Queen's ability goes off. Town Hall has been secured. Now the King can potentially come down on the bottom side to set up a funnel, because you want to be sure to take that Eagle Artillery down as fast as possible. And yes, he finds the Tesla Farm. The King is down. He's charging these dragons straight into the core of this base and hanging on to the Royal Champion.
Yeah, the Royal Champion for the back end of the base. At this point, though, the Tornado Trap is delaying that King, so maybe the funnel is not as quick as he was hoping for. Yes, still the Warden ability, just used that. And now it's all about how many Black Mines can you tank with that Warden ability, because those Black Mines are typically the biggest threat to those Dragons and Dragon Riders. But at this point, it feels like those Loons did a great job of tanking those Black Mines. But now those Dragons, they now need to carry against those defending defenses. He missed the Queen with that freeze, and that might be a big impact, because now the Black Mines are hitting quite a few Dragons.
Look at the Dragons coming in with the Royal Champion being used up at the 12 o'clock section to help take out the multi-target Inferno. He's got a freeze and an invis left. The multi's going down. And there's quite a bit of Dragon Riders, and Dragons still going. The Royal Champion makes it invisible to the cannon, so she goes to the Grand Warden altar. The Sweeper is still standing. Oh, the Grand Warden does not go down. But is it going to be enough Dragon Riders to push through to finish off these final buildings?
Yeah, the final couple of buildings, especially with all of those, like all of the high HP buildings which deal a lot of damage with like the Expos, etc. It's quite tricky, but Corbin, I think with 2 Dragon Riders, 3 Dragons left alive, and around about 50 seconds left, this is going to be the next 3-star for Betzinger, and this so far is looking quite impressive from both teams. Both teams are perfect so far. And he did it really nicely, like getting the Town Hall with the Queen, as you said, nice and early to create pathing for his Dragons and then push them through the core nicely with that Warden ability. And that's how you do it with those Dragons and Dragon Riders. They're so powerful. If you can create that pathing, if you can create the street for those Dragons to fly through the base, and this is exactly what he did.
Yeah, set that funnel up, and it's all about the funnel. We've seen in the first attack, Creighton getting the Queen to the middle for the middle of the Town Hall there, taking that down. And now for the Dragons, using lightnings on the back end. Queen for the Town Hall, setting it, pushing those Dragons straight into the core. Beautiful job. And the thing was, DC Ranger and Betzinger, neither of them was in the first Open Qualifiers here at this stage of the game. And a lot of you guys are going to be probably wondering, all right, well, when is going to be the Queen Walkers and when is going to be the Altar Attacks match? Well, neither one of them made it this far. Both of them got eliminated early, which that means the competition here is fierce. They're going at it. And hey, you never know who's going to take it each and every week, because these teams are ready to fight.
Yeah, and it shows how good the community is, or like how many teams are out there who can actually bring their A game. And we have the next attack already in for DC Rangers, and they're bringing in yet again the P.E.K.K.A. Smash with the Siege Barracks. It looks so far. This is something which I feel like so impressive. Like, it's so ballsy. Like, I only know this P.E.K.K.A. Smash combination with the Log Launcher, but like those guys are just bringing the Siege Barracks and a couple of Earthquake, which is quite a big surprise.
Yeah, Earthquake's in the core of the base, which basically gives him access all the way from the Eagle to the Town Hall across the base. Oh no, the Royal Champion gets locked down to the Warden and the Owl, but the Warden is just out of range for that Royal Champion. So that's a free hero he could pick off just like that. Royal Champion, what are you doing? You're standing there getting killed off. Oh no! The Royal Champion is secured there, but hey, I guess I would take a free RC like that. Okay.
Yeah, pretty good value, I would say, just for the Warden. But at the same time, time is ticking. We know with Super Witches, if Super Witches at this point, the Warden Walk is still going on, we would be already afraid. But with P.E.K.K.A Smash, it's a bit quicker, especially having the CSPRX on the outside and having all of those, wizards funneling. Is this maybe a little bit early? He needs to wait until the scatter's going down. The P.E.K.K.A is getting close. But the scatter is going down, and that was the important thing. Now he needs to make sure that he's protecting his healers from this air defense, because this air defense is out of reach at the first second. But there are the loons coming in and saving those healers' lives.
Wow. Perfectly timed balloons. There's the Warden ability. As he pushes his way in, out comes a Lava Hound and Ice Golem. Freezing it up, pops the Hound super quick here. And dealing with this Clan Castle, he doesn't have a poison spell to deal with it, but he's going to make an easy work. Has the Witches. They're getting picked off on the bottom side. The Hog coming out, raging up in the court, pushing his way all the way to the Town Hall on the backside. And he even freezes this area too.
That is looking so crazy. There are so many troops running this path towards the Town Hall. We have obviously the Hogress, which split up as well. The Royal Champion still alive at the bottom side, still with her ability left. The only thing which needs to go down is the Town Hall, which it should really soon, with the Queen ability still not even used. And Calvin, wow. This is looking so crushed. This is impressive.
This is Royal Champion still up, still has pops the Queen ability now. Needs to get this RC to go all the way to the Tassel Farm. That does pop at the 12 o'clock position, meaning the Royal Champion probably won't be able to make it through that, but he's got the Queen. The Grand Warden just dies off to the Town Hall poison, but he's got 23 seconds left. Oh, Queen, where you going? You're going to go for a wall. Oh, no, Queen. Don't tell me it's going to be this good. Is this going to be time?
Yeah.
Is this gonna...
It looks like it's so unfortunate. The Warden Walk did take a little bit too long. Maybe he should have invested the rage. I feel like his push power was totally fine. He did not need the rage for this smash push, but instead he would have needed that rage to speed things up. And this means we have the first defense in our hands, even though it does not really feel as a defense because there were so many troops left in this attack. But at the end of the day, you have only 3 minutes in your attack to get those 100%. If you don't make it, well, it's going to be a time fail, and this is not going to be a 3-star. Unfortunate situation, but this means we have the lead for Betzinger at this point.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It comes down, like you said, that Warden Walk at the beginning. He invested the Warden Walk to take out, which included the Royal Champion, the Scatter Shot, but it took so long to grab that it ended up costing him in the end. He didn't have anything with a topside Tesla farm there, but still, he had so many troops just charging straight into the core with the Quad Quake all the way to the Town Hall. Beautiful job. But now could Betzinger keep that pressure going with another 3-star Hitsu?
Yeah, that's the big question. Another question, which I just I'm playing through my head again with the attack. One thing which I noticed, all of the Hawk Riders went into the core, so maybe it would have made sense just to maybe place the siege barracks a bit farther to the outside. I don't know, just a question, putting that out there. We have the next coming in, and this is going to be another air attack. It feels like so far air versus ground in this clan war so far. And we have another dragon and dragon rider attack with the lava hound, which typically means we have a blizzard to start things off.
We do indeed. We have the blimp now getting deployed. Where does he want to land is going to be the question. Delayed it a little bit because of that sweeper that does now hit his... Oh, it gets frozen. Okay, so he lands in the compartment in between, grabs a multi-target Inferno, trying to grab this valley. Also going to grab this Eagle Artillery. Looking pretty... Oh my goodness! Did you see all those spring traps right there?
I mean, the idea was pretty cool to bait it this way, just bait it with the spring traps, but it feels like this did not really work out. I mean, he got a lot. He got the X-Bow, he got the Inferno Tower, he got the Eagle. So I feel like, they definitely saw the entry, but they felt like it was not worth of defending. And this might cost them quite a bit, because this entry took down a huge part of the base, and now those rocket dunes, they're not doing too much against a queen push like this, because they lost their speed, they lost their power. At this point, they're not as useful anymore, and this queen should easily take down the tunnel. We saw what just happened before in the attack for Betzinger, where they were that easily, I want to say, able to take down the Town Hall, and their Dragons then just completely easily finished off the base. So let's see if they can make that work again, because the Dragons Corbin are starting from the top side.
Oh, the Dragons can come through there. Still has yet to deploy the King and Royal Champion. The Freeze is down on the air defense and the Expo up top. But he can send, no, he doesn't have any Headhunters, so he's going to rely on these Dragons to take out the enemy Royal Champion with ease, with the Warden ability. Beautiful job there. Now, get ready for a bunch of traps here in the middle of the base. The King is down, can actually tank for the Royal Champion. He's going to make his way to the left with a super wall breaker. This is looking pretty strong. Just needs to take out the enemy queen. And there are the traps in the core with some air skellies. This is so much value still with his heroes up here.
Yeah, but the Scatter is dealing a ton of damage in that core. There is another air trap coming up, and I feel like maybe the Warden ability was a bit too early. Either way, all of those dragons in the core had no chance, but his heroes are still going strong, and they now have the chance of finishing things off. The Royal Champion ability needs to be popped in any second. There it goes. And this means the last couple of defenses should go down, and this, even though it's close, is going to be a 3-star. And this is obviously a huge deal, because Betzinger already had the lead, and they're putting up more and more pressure on DC Rangers. And they now have a rough time of maybe coming back, because even if they're going to 3-star that next attack, they still feel the pressure, because they still know they're behind a couple of percentage in this one and this 1-star, which might be all the difference which Betzinger needs at this point.
Yeah, that one fail. They're at a 97% average destruction, and that one-time fail can make all the difference in this war here. You lose, and you're out. That's what it is. Each qualifier here, qualifier 1, 2, and 3, it's all single elimination. You lose, you're done, even in the finals match as well. You'll be getting points at the end to potentially be invited to the playoffs at the end there. But yeah, if you lose, you're done, and you don't want to do it. And there was over 100 teams that played at the start of this qualifier number 2 to get narrowed down to the top 8 that we have here today. We have the first set of 4 matches today, and then tomorrow we will be seeing the grand finals. But now we have an answer from, like you said, DC Ranger is coming in with all of these ground attacks. We've been seeing air attacks for Betzinger. And it's another Super P.E.K.K.A. Smash here with Super Wizard.
Yeah, that's really interesting to see that they're like putting this strategy so highly into the mix. Right now we have the Queen charge into the tunnel compartment, which is quite risky, and it feels like the Queen... Wait, the Queen is walking around. Everything so far looks perfect. I just want to say the Queen did not walk inside. But this right now looks perfect. Warden ability as well to save that Queen ability. But this means there's no Warden ability left for the core of this base. Yeah,
so he's pushing his way into the core. He's got the Queen going through, and at least the Queen has been healed back up to full health. Out comes the Lava Hound Ice Golem, uses the Invis here into the core. Oh my goodness, look at all these traps. These healers are getting hit so much. King just burns his ability. The Royal Champion is down as well to try to take this bottom side, but the jump actually connected it, which means the P.E.K.K.A's jumped out of the core, and they're going towards that multi. He needs to take that Eagle Artillery down, otherwise it's going to do a massive amount of damage here.
Yeah, the Eagle needs to get taken down. The Royal Champion is trying her best to reach that. The Queen has now pathing towards the backhand because the P.E.K.K.A. broke through that one wall, but the Queen is actually going for this one Expo. What? Royal Champion ability needs to be used. He has 2 more freezes left. No. He needs to freeze something. He froze the Multi-Inferno Tower, which was not one of those biggest threats. At this point, looks like yet again another defense against this ground army composition, and a really interesting entry, and something you have to give Betzinger props. They really scouted their opponent, because we have non-stop Lava Hound and Ice Golem clan casters, which obviously would make no difference whatsoever against like a... Wait a second, this one minion at the Expo. What is happening?
The one minion trying to take the Expo down, but I just don't think it's going to be enough here, because the Royal Champion is going to go down. 30 seconds left. Cannon stays up. This multi-target Inferno is going to do a massive amount of damage. Wait, he didn't drop the Headhunter onto the cannon. It was in range there, unfortunately. Now the P.E.K.K.A. Okay, the P.E.K.K.A. doesn't have too much out. This ground Expo can smash through that P.E.K.K.A. and down it goes. And it's going to be another 2-star defense here And there's a tornado trap, but these witches won't be able to get to that multi-target Inferno. DC Ranger with 2 fails now.
Yeah, and what I wanted to like still bring up with the clan castle is like those Hound and Ice Golem clan castles right now. The current meta are super risky because like you see a lot of people are using air, and versus those army compositions, most of the time this clan castle is not even coming out of the clan castle, which is obviously a big deal. Like so, super minions are a way safer bet. But at the same time, it seems like the Bazinger exactly knows how DC Rangers like to attack and is bringing those beefy defenses, beefy troops in the defensive clan castle, which can actually handle those huge P.E.K.K.A pushes and be really annoying. We saw the freeze inside the core of this base without the Warden ability, and everything just got melted with so much damage from different angles. So really, really good scouting, as I wanted to try to point out. And you have to give them props for that as well. Like, it's not only about attacking in Clash of Clans, it's about base building, it's about like identifying the weaknesses maybe of your enemies, and it feels like Bazinger has exactly done that.
Exactly. Like you mentioned, we focus a lot on the offensive side of the game, but we don't put too much of the emphasis on the defensive side, and that's what they were doing. They scouted, and they knew kind of what DC Ranger liked to do. And now we are seeing a Queen Charge Dragon. We've been seeing quite a bit of the dragons, or Queen Charge Dragon Rider. We're going to see what kind of value that Leon can get for Bazinger, charging this Queen in from the right, but it looks like he just wants to get the Queen going straight into this air defense while the King goes closer to that Eagle Artillery.
Yeah, like this classic Dragon Rider entry, I want to say. Lucky right now that the healers are not switching to his King and sticking to his Queen, which is great for him. And now he has the connection wall break towards that Single Inferno Tower. He has the jump spell to get later on into the Town Hall. But that's obviously still taking quite a bit of time until we reach that point. At this point, the Royal Champion got placed as well. Not 100% sure why. Maybe Corbin...
Oh, no! Oh, the RC was not able to get her ability off. And the Queen, her ability was forced as well. Oh, that RC ability would have been clutch helps. Skip onto that sweeper though, but now he's going to try to continue. Now uses the invis onto the Queen to hopefully get her to go closer towards that single target Inferno. But with no Queen ability to try to get to the Town Hall, that is going to be a huge pain.
Yeah, especially like you want to start with the Dragon Riders on the other side of the Town Hall, right? Like you want to get started at the bottom side, which is making this attack even more risky because you have to wait until your Queen actually takes down the Town Hall. Otherwise, I mean, it could always end up being a one-star. At this point, it's 1 minute 30 left, so time is already an issue, and he's going all in. At this point, he's like saying, guys, I trust my Queen, and this is a risky move.
It is. It absolutely is. The Queen now steps into the Town Hall. She's luckily still under rage, has another 2 freezes. Not using it. The Town Hall has been secured. With the Warden ability now onto the, taking out the air defense with the Dragon. A scatter shot goes down. Is he going to send that Stone Slammer into the sweeper to go for that multi? Because it's got to be completely trapped in the middle there. No.
Yeah, or just wants to say, for the air defense, creating that pathing into the core for the Dragon Riders, that's another option. The Queen is still going down. Meanwhile, though, this Slammer is taking a lot of damage from this air defense. The Dragon Riders are getting pushed around. There's another Black Mine, and there is another Dragon Rider joining the party. And now it's all about time, though, because time is ticking as well. Because this Queen Charge took a lot of that.
It did. I mean, he wanted to try to be on the safer side. If he was going with starting those Dragon Riders before the Town was secured, I'm wondering why he didn't start the Dragon Riders a little bit earlier, if that's the case. Because I would have waited till my Queen took the Town down, then sent the Dragon Riders in, and I would have 100% needed about 5 minutes to get my 3-star to have a chance at that type of Queen Charge. But the Dragon Rider on top goes down, has 1 left with this Air Expo. Oh, it's not just going to be a time, it's going to be a defense. These defenses hold strong.
Yeah, really, really good job. And still, the big question mark to me was this Royal Champion. The decision why he sent in the Royal Champion, because it felt like, I mean, the Royal Champion didn't even got her ability off due to the Headhunters in the Clan Castle. But either way, I felt like the compartment was empty due to the King doing a great job. So sending in the Royal Champion was like a big question mark to me. I think with the Royal Champion, with the power of the Royal Champion for the back end, this could have been a 3-star. He nicely recovered his Queen to get the Town Hall. It was a risky attempt, but it did work out at the end, taking down the Town Hall. but then just the power was missing, as you just said. So really good defense now the other side, and this means, well, GC Rangers need to get the next 3-star. Like, they really need to get the 3-star to somehow get a chance of coming back into the match. They have now the chance of doing that with Betzinger leaving the door open, but still, it is not going to be easy.
It's not. They need a 3-star just to be down by 1 star. That's how many 3-stars we've been seeing from Betzinger. They've been doing really well so far in this war, and now is it time to see what Lucas can do for DC Ranger. And it's not going to be ground this time, so keep your eye on the Clan Castle. We're going to see a Lava Hound Ice Golem Clan Castle that is getting lured out. Yeti's going through. Multi goes down, and yes, it is another Lava Hound Ice Golem, so they've been running it the whole time. Queen is down, so it's going to take the Queen a little bit of time to clear this Clan Castle, but this Queen is straight into this Tassel Farm. Hopefully you keep her going. It's looking pretty solid, but the scatter shot hitting this Queen.
Especially now the Ice Golem is going to be really painful because it is in range of those healers, which means there is so much damage in just a second without the healers actually doing anything. And we can see that with the scatter shots shooting non-stop, but the Queen survived. And now it's all about the King actually collecting all of the buildings at the bottom side. The Queen now going into that compartment. Yes, overall 3 wall breakers, which is quite a bit. Ooh. So he has, he wants to get really deep inside the base. The question mark though is, did he want to wall break into this empty compartment next to the Clan Castle to reach the Town Hall? Was this planned for the building to go down in there? Is that where he wanted to go? And there's a lot of black mines.
Sinking air mines, yeah, you're right, because that building went down, meaning the super wall break won't target that wall to grab the Town Hall. But at this point, DC Ranger need to go all out. They have to end on the Town Hall. They have to do whatever it takes to get that 3-star. Rages the Queen up through the enemy road champion. He starts the Dragon Riders over the Town Hall. Ooh, that could be a pain. Hopefully they don't go through the Town Hall. The Queen! No! The Queen got killed through the scatter shot. Her ability did not save her. Oh, Lucas.
Oh, no. I feel like the decision of going to the town at this point was wrong on a lot of options, because he could have taken a lot of damage away from his Queen with getting in with the Dragon Rise in there. And at this point, as we said earlier, they need a 3-star. Like a 1-star or 2-star, it doesn't matter. They need a 3-star, and exactly what you said is happening. All of the Dragon Rise are getting into the town of Poison. This is just so much damage towards those Dragon Riders, especially combined with the Inferno Tower. Take a look at this health of the Dragon Riders. They're quite tanky, but against the poison of the Town Hall and their defense and everything, they're going down kind of quick.
Yeah, like you said, if the Dragon Riders came in from that left side to push through, help that Queen stay alive, potentially this could have been a totally different result. With ending at a Town Hall, yeah, it's risky, but when you're down by the 4 stars at this point, you need to go off with the triple, and it's going to be another 2-star attack for DC Ranger. And we've been seeing the Lava Hound Ice Golems. It really slowed down the Queen, but he charged that Queen straight into Seeking Air Mines, and that blimp, unfortunately, he probably wanted that wall, like you mentioned, to be targeted where that building was, so that the Queen can step up and grab that Town Hall.
Yeah, I mean, when do you see that your Yeti blimp is actually getting too much value for you, which is not the best case. Like, it's a really rare thing. Like, typically, you always want to have the Yeti blimp getting as much as possible, but this time around, it was not the perfect fit for the attack. And yeah, this cost them quite a bit, and it's looking better and better for Betzinger. Not only was it 2-star, but as well, not the highest percent. Betzinger, well, they had like a defense or like a fail just in the last attack, but still a pretty decent percentage. So it's going to get harder and harder to get that comeback for DC Rangers. But Betzinger is next. And at this point, obviously they have everything in their own hands, so they can make sure that they're getting the win right now. With securing another 3-star, it should be pretty safe then.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to see what Betzinger have in store for us now. And it is some Super Witches. Itsu, I know this is giving you some flashbacks to Tribe Gaming, using those Super Witches in the qualifiers before. We used to see them, but we don't tend to see Super Witches that much anymore nowadays. What is the reason why, Itsu, you think that Super Witches aren't used as much anymore?
I'm not sure. I feel like with so many more hit points towards the buildings, it is not as easy anymore. Like for the beginning of a Super Witch attack, you need like a Warden Walk or something, which is typically like a lot of time investment. And Super Witch is already in Tunnel 13. The Warden Walk was not able to take too long, otherwise the time fail. Like you already knew it's going to be a time fail. But with adding more hit points towards all of the defenses for Tunnel 14, it is getting more and more tricky for those Super Witches to just put off the damage which is needed to the 3-star base in time. So let's see if this Warden Walk was too long, or he can actually make that work, because right now all of the Witches are entering that base. The Warden is getting dragged over, the lock launcher just started, and this as an entry for sure is not looking too bad, Corbin.
Oh, it's not looking too bad here. The log launcher coming across, opening up all these walls. But the Super Witches finally comes back around. There's the jump to get him towards the Town Hall. But this log are going to activate the Town Hall soon. Skipping across. There it goes. And he still has the Royal Champion. The Hound just pops. He actually still has the Warden ability still to use. Finally uses it. He's looking pretty strong here as he pushes his way across to the Town Hall.
Yeah, it's looking really, really strong. He was able to keep his Witches alive for now, which is a huge deal, because if you have those Witches alive in the core, they're spawning so many skeletons. The tunnel's going down as well, barely. With like so many Witches still left alive, the Royal Champion going in strong as well. This is looking really good for Betzinger. He has 1 minute left for around about 40% left of this base, which is, I want to say, a good time, because, I mean, there is no big threat left in this base. The Royal Champion at this point can most likely finish off the base. Especially one thing which I liked is the Unicorn on the Royal Champion. I think for this attack was perfect. Even the healers and transitioning over are saying this needs to be a 3-star. And okay, never mind. The skeletons are more important.
Oh, look at this. The Super Witches are still alive. They're going to make their way to the right side. Minions up top. And this is going to get the 3-star with the Super Witches. We don't see them all too often anymore, but Hammer Time is showing us that the Super Witches are still viable right now. The Wizards are going to beat through that wall, and they are going to actually help. Oh, wait, the Super Witch reaching over at that wall right there, grabbing that gold storage. Beautiful job finishing this one off with a 3-star. And that's going to put them to, what, 14 for Betzinger? Oh, man, still great job in this war. The Super Witches getting it done. GG. I know I've tried to use Super Witches before, and when I try, it usually doesn't work out to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, like, this attack, which we just saw, which was pretty much pixel perfect. Like, execution-wise, like, plan-wise, and everything, and still it nearly time-fed at the end. So this is, like, how much planning and time investment and time management, I want to say, you need in the attack, during the attack, for the Super Witches. And it's not easy. He was able to make that work, really nicely done, and securing that 14 stars for Betzinger, which is obviously a huge thing. And it's looking already like a win, but still we have one more attack to take a look at. We have the next attack coming in for JD9. And he's coming in with the Queen Charge Hybrid, which is an attack strategy similar to, I want to say, Super Witches, which is not getting used that often anymore.
Yeah, with JD9 trying to go and charge this Town Hall, push his way straight through all this, and then he can try to set up the funnel to push the miners and hogs to the top side, maybe make his way through, because remember, you want to also take out that Eagle Artillery as fast as possible. We have a single target Inferno on the back side of this Town Hall, but the Queen is going to get slowed down a lot once she steps into this poison spell effect. There she goes, going through. Luckily, she's not getting locked down by the single just yet, taking his time. He does have 2 freezes. He rages the Queen up, and he can make her invisible for this charge.
Ooh! Whoa!
Wow.
Keeping his Queen barely alive. That was super close, but really nicely done. Really nice reactions with that freeze. He needs to freeze yet again. That's exactly what he's doing. Maybe another rage or something, but this so far is looking pretty good. The hybrid is getting started as well from the top side. I mean, as long as you do not play your hybrid into the Town Hall, it's still like a decent strategy if you can make the Queen Charge work, and that's exactly what it looks like right now. The scatter shot at the flank, though, that's pretty scary, though. He needs to use the Warden ability soon. The Queen maybe as, like, maybe the Queen ability or something.
There it is. The Warden ability protects the miners and hogs all the way through the core of the space. The king actually beat through the wall, and now he's with the P.E.K.K.A. making their way towards that eagle to help take it down. The heal to the backside multi. This is looking beautiful here with another invis. Oh, wait a second. A bomb tower and scatter shot. Oh, this is a deadly combo.
Ooh.
This is a deadly combo, but they stay alive and they're going through. And this, look at how many troops are still up. Oh my!
Hybrid is back. Hybrid. Oh, never mind. Where did the hybrid troops go?
Oh wow! Beautiful. He's gonna get it with an invis. The swag at this point drops it. Oh, there's the giant bombs on the bottom side of the space with the ground skeletons. So he chose the correct entry for this attack at the 12 o'clock. Beautiful attack. JD9 is gonna put up a 3-star on the board, but fortunately, it's not enough for DC Ranger.
No, it is not. They have 14 stars against them, only 12 stars for them, which means it's going to be the win for Zinger. They are going to move into the next round and get some more points on the board. Obviously, like all of those teams are playing for those points. Prize money as well, but the points are the most important thing I want to say, because they are making sure that you can reach the next stage, which is the playoffs. And well, that's something which all of those teams want to reach. We have the next match coming up really soon, which is going to be HT Family versus AS Monsters, something which I have to say I'm really looking forward to, Carbon. That match is going to be crazy.
Yes. Yeah, that match is going to be insane. And AS Monster was known, they were as Fireworks in the last qualifiers, but they're going to the AS Monster name here. So that's why you may see in the leaderboard, be like, well, what's this Fireworks name? It was AS Monster. And there's some teams, the teammates coming together to form a super team. I know one of the biggest teams that they are keeping their eye on is Alter Attacks, but Alter Attacks is not here in qualifier number 2. They got knocked out by KOG.
Yeah, that's right. So one big enemy already been taken down, so it's good for them to collect as many points as possible. And with getting a good seed, they can actually overtake Alternate in the point ranking. But that's the match which we're going to see next, right after a short break. So don't go anywhere. We're right back after a couple of minutes.
Welcome back. We are now going to be getting into HT Family and AS Monsters match. We saw Bazinger knock out DC Ranger here in the qualifier number 2. And these teams are trying to fight for those points to make their way into the playoffs later in a few weeks. And we had an awesome match. So it was basically kind of like an air versus ground type of war there. We were seeing some Lava Hound Ice Golem CCs coming from Bazinger. Who knows if they end up using that again. Still was a great war. We definitely want to take a look at the bracket and where the teams currently stand to get ready for this next match.
Yeah, that's right. We just had the match. Let's take a look at the bracket and see how things are staying. What are the matches which are going to come out next? Because as you said, HT Family versus AS Monster is going to be another crazy matchup. As you said as well, Monster, what are kind of forming a super team with like putting up the best players from their different teams, AS Monster and NY Amazing. And this new team already looks pretty scary. I had the pleasure to cast them in the Itsu Cup, and I think in five matches overall, they had one fail during the qualifier phase. So really looking forward to see what they can do today. 24 out of 25 attacks that were with that on the weekend. So they're on fire right now. Looking forward to see if they can make that work in this competition as well, because that's a quite scary hit rate.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no idea who to pick in this match between HT Family and AS Monster. Still some incredible teams. And we saw the next one after that is going to be KOG versus Space Station. And KOG actually knocked out alternate attacks. So that is going to be a team to keep an eye out. But HT Family now couldn't get in. He was actually the MVP from last week, coming in with himself of a kind of a mass dragons involved with one Inferno Dragon, some Dragon Riders in the mix, and going to look to rage and freeze his way through.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a similar version of the Legend Army composition, which is right now so popular. A lot of dragons, a couple of Dragon Riders, and a couple of Inferno Dragons to the mix, because it feels like the Inferno Dragon is so nice, especially taking out storages at the outset and things like that. And right now it's looking really, really promising. Rages are down. Vulnerability, though, already got used as well. The King is taking down the defending Royal Champion. And now it's all about taking down that tower. The biggest threat left in this base. The poisons plays perfectly. Wait a second. He used the Slammer. He is going all in. Yeah. I wasn't even noticing that.
Yeah, he did. He's sending all these Dragon Riders and Dragons in towards the Town Hall. The Royal Champion's making her way towards the left side. Scattershot. The tassels that popped over here. He rages his way through. Does have an Inferno Dragon over on the far right, but he's out of spells now, and he's relying on his troops to get to that Town Hall, but it's risky. This Town Hall's not look like it's going down. Oh no,
what is happening? He was the MVP of week number 1. He has the Queen ability life, but at this point the town compartment is not open.
Oh no.
The Town Hall should be able to reach that Queen and the Unicorn in just a couple of seconds. And the air defense.
I think the Queen, there is an opening up there, I think, but the Queen already burned her ability, and there's no way she can make it now. There's no way she can grab this Town Hall. Don't tell. It's gonna be a 98%. What one step?
Oh no.
Itsu. They paired us together, and our jinx is too much for HT Family there. Unfortunately, he was the MVP. We talked about it from last week, and now he gets 98% 1-star. AS Monster is not going to let that fall. They are going to capitalize on that. Put up a 1-star in the very first attack. How unfortunate.
But I mean, you have to say as well that AS Monster is having 2 air attackers as well, which love the same thing. They're not using the blimp, yeah? They're using the Slammer. So if there's a chance of coming back, they have the possibility right there, because with this Slammer, yes, you have more power in your push, but at the same time, with the Town Hall being on the other side of the base, it is such a risky move. So let's see if they have the same thing happen to them as well, or if they can somehow make that work as well. Moon and Dragon both like to run the risk as well, and I mean, typically it ends up well, but we saw what might just happen to them. So all of those things are possible, but at the same time, they have a lot of different attackers out there, like Lei, for example, one of the best P.E.K.K.A. smashers in the world. which is though like prioritizing sometimes different strategies recently as well. So looking forward to see what he's bringing up. Like he put a couple of queen charge hybrid attacks in there as well, things like that. So really looking forward to see what is coming out of him. And yeah, like it's hard to predict right now which strategy they're coming up with in their first attack.
Yeah, that 1-star, though, is going to be definitely a demoralizing thing as a team, but they have to bounce back. They're going to have to now go through in 3-star out, but you mentioned that AS Monster in cups that you were casting and watching in their wars going 24 for 25, not failing, only failing 1. And it was probably just a high percent 2-star, if that failed. But still, AS Monster is strong. They're going to be coming in here with the next attack. Take on the HT family. What are we going to see here today from NY Dragon? And indeed, he is going to be using a dragon attack.
Yeah, but so far right now, he's on a blimp. So he's not going as risky. Maybe they just know, okay, we do not have to take this huge risk, obviously, going into this matchup, having already kind of a lead with only getting maybe a 2-star in this attack. So they're not going all in on this one. At least it looks like they're not doing it. The Yeti is funneling nicely. I guess he wanted to get the air defense, maybe. Is he getting the air defense, though? That's the question. Right now, it's not looking like it. The Yeti mites are jumping, and
yes,
they're getting it down.
Oh, that air defense just goes down. Has the dragons coming down with some balloons. The lead in Dragon Riders and with the Grand Warden. He pushes his way close to the scatter shot. Queen's going to make her way to the top side. Pops an early Warden ability with a double rage. It kind of looks like an E-Dragon type of attack, but just straight up dragons and dragon riders, and now freezing up the scatter shots to push that king into there.
Yeah, and a really nice poison hitting pretty much everything of that defending clan castle. And there is the blimp towards the town of the first. Blackmore already got triggered in the direction of the town of the king. Is tanking the scatter shot at the top side. Queen is getting healed up again from that unicorn. There's the rage for the blimp. The blimp needs to make it. Yes. The freeze, the black mine is too late, and this town hall should go down without any problems.
Look at that, he just dodged the tornado trap, which was just a little bit to the right side where he sent that blimp. Nice job. And did you notice he hasn't deployed one of his troops? Dragon, you know, as a Town Hall 14 that you would, or even at a Town Hall 13, you have the Royal Champion. But I mean, hey, you know, sometimes Dragon doesn't need an RC. I do that sometimes, right? Who needs a Royal Champion when you're a Town 14? Right? Oh, gee, Dragon. Wow.
Yeah, it is. That was scary. A really, really good attack. And that's another thing which sometimes is kind of risky. AS Monster loves to swag. Like, they really like to swag. As I said in the cup which I was casting, LP with the Queen Charge attack swagged overall like 8 spells. And yeah, they really love to swag. And he did that just over there with the Royal Champion, with the last freeze. And yeah, let's see how they're going to finish off. I mean, I said, like, this new super team of AS Monster is really scary to go against, especially right now for HG Family, because they had the star with this 1-star, with this unfortunate one. So they really need to concentrate. They have to only concentrate on their own. Don't even watch what AS Monster is doing, because it's like not going to motivate you at all. Like, trust me, like, don't do it. Just concentrate on your own. And then maybe they somehow get like a couple of defenses and can come back in this match right there.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they're going to have to be focused on their planning, their attacks, because you don't have too much time here in these wars to plan. You just have several minutes before that first attack, which we did see a 1-star coming in from HT Family, but they are capable of bouncing back and putting up 3 stars on the board. But same with AS Monster. They're not going to keep the pressure off. They're going to keep going at them and trying to answer, not only put 3 stars on the board, but they're going to be looking to put up swag 3 stars, trying to use, not even using Royal Champions, some free spells and Viz. Who knows what they're going to be coming in with. AS Monster is looking really good, really strong here. Probably might be one of the favorites in this qualifier number 2.
Yeah, let's see. I think one of the biggest weaknesses so far were the bases. Maybe they're saving their bases. And take a look at that. Like, this is a perfect example of a legend base right there. And we have Fire coming in with the air attack as well, trying to go in as early as possible in this defending clan castle. And there is the Blimp as well, trying to take down the town as early as possible. But this might be in between of two scatters, in between of two sweepers. And this right now is getting scary, but there are the clones.
No.
No, loons are making it into the clone.
No. Oh, there they are.
It is.
Oh, wow. They barely got pushed into that clone spell. What? The eagle still stays up, but he tried to clone the balloons to basically spawn on the other side of the town hall over that eagle artillery. Wow. Okay. Now he has a ton of dragons still going around. This whole core is gone.
Yeah, that clone was perfect. I'm always forgetting like those new strategies, right? Like which they just came up, and those ring bases or those compact core bases have typically no chance against the clone strategy, which recently came up, and it's so powerful, and so many people like it, like to run it. It is pretty much everywhere, and we can see how many dragons are still alive. Yes, he has no spells left because, well, I mean, clone spells are quite expensive, but at the same time, with the queen ability still left, and so many dragons, this is looking pretty good. The only problem right now is the combination of the scatter, which has, like, by the way, 0 hit points, and the queen. And this combination could be kind of scary because the dragons are slowly dying out.
Yeah, we do have the ground expo hitting his queen here. The dragons are getting picked off very quickly. Burns that queen ability to take out the enemy queen. Down she goes, grabbing some tassels, grabbing the ground expo. But I mean, this warden, all he needs to do is just tap that scatter shot, and down it will go. Even with that owl, it should be a 3-star here.
Yeah, it should. The owl even taking down with the lightning, with the chain, taking down the scatter in style. Really cool attack. And I love this, that we even see the new strategies coming up in those competitive matches. That's something which is really cool, because typically, like, there are some meme army compositions, like some fun army compositions, which are not that strong. But this right there, like this clone technique on those compact bases, really paying off, getting him this 3-star. The thing which they had to do, concentrating, getting back into the match with the 3-star, that's exactly what they did.
Exactly, with that clone. And if the balloon didn't somehow get pushed into that one clone spell as it was getting spun around, which might have been because of that tornado trap, this attack would have completely fell apart, because he would have swagged all his spells and got no value with them. But since the balloon spawned, cloned, and then it cloned loons got cloned even more. So beautiful job there from Fire for HT family. And like we said, they are capable of answering with the 3-stars. So Ace Monster, you got to keep the pressure going, even though you did have a very solid 1-star defense.
Yeah, that's right. Because HT family in the past, the majority of the qualifiers in this tournament, they had really good defense. It got a lot of versus a lot of different teams. So never underestimate the defensive powerhouse, which they are. And yeah, well, maybe they can collect some more defenses and make this close, because percentage-wise, they're right there, right? Because they had a 98%. Yep. So this was percentage-wise really, really high up there. So only a couple of fails, and maybe they can tie it on stars and get this percentage lead to make that work in their favor. But for this, well, Monster has to do some fails. Otherwise, this is not going to be happening at all.
Yeah, exactly. And now AS Moon is coming in with the dragons. Another one with a bunch of rage and freeze spells here. We're probably seeing early Warden Eternal Toe maybe to help protect these dragons. Has some balloons going in, and the dragons are down. Balloons, Dragon Riders. Here's the blimp. You get ready for the double rage maybe in here. He's going to pop that Warden. Yes, he barely just clips that blimp. Wow. And look at all these Seeking Air Mines that are being lured out. Pushes that blimp with the sweeper, but he makes it. There's the tornado trap. Oh, the sweeper pushed the blimp into the tornado. Oh no.
That was perfect base building right there. The sweeper into the tornado. That was such a beautiful move. And now the thing is that this town hall is staying alive and is dealing so much damage. You were talking about HT family needed defense. And this is what it's looking like right now. Or can he somehow save this? There are the goblins. There are some rocket dudes coming off the clan castle. He needs to use the rocket ability. And he's making it. Taking down the town hall. but the majority of his army composition is down as well. With this queen having her ability or half ability as well, this is not getting anywhere apparently.
Oh, wow. That town hall staying up, that sweeper. Pushing the balloons around into the tornado trap, freezes up that multi on the right side yet again. But this is the defense from ICU of HT Family. The last dragon is going down. Nice try right there, but hey, they need more defenses here to have a chance. From the ones that they put up earlier, remember what these wars are going to do. They're going to be trying to make it to tomorrow, where we're going to have the grand finals. We got 4 wars today. We got 4 tomorrow, and they're trying to compete for points. The last qualifiers, the winner was Queen Walkers with the runners-up of alternate attacks, and neither one of them are here in qualifier number 2. They both got eliminated. Queen Walkers lost on a 14-14 war. They lost not only by 14-40, it was tied exactly at 98.2% on each. It was 12 seconds the Queen Walkers lost by in their war, and then COG, who was going to be playing in the next match against Space Station, they defeated alternate attacks earlier today.
Yeah, we have a lot of crazy matches coming up, that's for sure. But this match right now is so close as well, because if we take a look at the percentage and everything, we can see HT Family actually have the percentage lead. So it only takes 1 star difference in the next couple of attacks, and they're back in the game. They can win on tying up the stars, because this attack, which we just have seen, did not work out. Great base splitting by them. I was highlighting that earlier with how many good defenses they typically get in those matches, which is incredible for all of those pro teams. So really nicely done base splitting wise, but at the same time they need to keep putting up that pressure, making sure and yeah, putting some more pressure on Monster. It's not easy by any means. Like, it's easier said than done. But if they can make it work, they have still a chance in this match.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to do it. Like you said, pressure is the key. And are we going to see HT Family come in with some more bases that can help defend against Ace Monster? Or is Ace Monster going to be coming in with crushing attacks? Hopefully, they got to focus on the 3 stars, even though you said they love to swag. And like you mentioned, they went 24 for 25, but now they just went 1 for 2 now, failing that next attack. But hey, we still have a lot of attacks to go. HT Family is going to be up next, and we've seen sometimes HT Family likes to run a lot of dragons, but before last year they incorporated a bunch of different like skeleton spells into some of their attacks. We might see something like that, who knows, but HT Family is known for coming in with unique attacks we may not have seen before, because I remember HT Family Fire specifically, they're the ones that showed us the unique ability of the Lightning and RC Shield skip onto taking out Valley, which was absolutely incredible, and I know many Clashers have used that trick since.
Yeah, that's the cool things, like being able to invest something which is actually getting used so much by everyone. Like, that is the cool thing about like inventing new strategies. And we can right now see a P.E.K.K.A. Smash. It looks like we have seen DC Rangers using a P.E.K.K.A. Smash quite often, but this time around we have the Blim towards the Town Hall, and instead we have the Smash entering into the core with a couple of Witches on the outside. No Siege Barracks whatsoever. Instead, a lot of P.E.K.K.A. pushing inside. There's the first rage. He needs to use the jump then for like the second. Wait, there is no second jump?
No, there's not. He's got 3 freezes. He drops the poison spell, but these balloons actually under one ability will help take down that single target Inferno. Wow. So that was a nice use there. But he's raging. He does have an ice golem into the core. While Champion's making their way to the top side, he's just relying on these troops just to find a wall and beat through and push his way through.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's relying on right now. The Expos on the back end are getting shredded. And there's just so many rages. He did not even need those jumps. I feel like, yeah, I thought he would be missing on something. But to be honest, with all of those rages, he was going through those walls so quickly. And there's the back end wall break, so he can leave the base again. The Royal Champion, though, having some problems against this right side with the multi-inferno tower. But at the same time, the freeze, the baby dragon, everything is keeping her alive for now. Can he keep that? Is the no? He is going down, but there is still so many troops left at the bottom side. This is looking like an overkill.
Yeah, he's got the queen ability still in the bag. King is going around in the bottom side with the P.E.K.K.A. Baby Dragon takes out that Wizard Tower with the final shot before getting picked up by the Seeking Airmine. A Queen's ability goes off, and remember, time can be an issue. We've seen before. That's how Queen Walkers got eliminated from qualifier number 2 here. And the Minion Archer take it down, and down goes the Barbarian King platform for another 3-star for HT Family. So, if AS Monster fail their next attack, we're looking to see a completely even war again.
Yeah, and that's how quickly you can turn the table. It is incredible with some good defenses, what type of impact you can have, but at the same time, I think we're going to see now something different. Like typically we have those arrow attackers going first for Monster, and then we have some sort of queen charges and other strategies coming in later than for Monster. Like I said, Lei typically goes in with P.E.K.K.A. Smash or some sort of queen charges as well. Fluxy is kind of flexible. LP, one of the craziest queen charges out there. So let's see what they're coming up with in those next couple of attacks. And well, if they're trying to swag again a couple of spells, because I really think at some point it's going to cost them because they're doing it so often and they're trying to force it so badly sometimes. So let's see if it's going to happen again.
Yeah, they love to swag, and we've seen these faces before, and especially LP. For those that don't know, LP was part of the Nova team who won in 2019 for the World Championship, the first Clash of Clans World Championship. So he is a defending champion looking to win here the Clash Masters, trying to get the points to help AS Monster qualify for the playoffs later. But we are indeed seeing Lei coming in with the Super Wizards, and P.E.K.K.A.'s going to try to smash his way through, starting off with that Grand Warden. But we are finding a little bit of a Tesla farm right before this multi-target Infernos.
Yeah, a really interesting looking base. Typically you try to avoid having the Town Hall being reachable from the core of the base, but like you can reach the Town Hall from every single angle, it feels like. So a really interesting base setup overall. And we have the Warden Walk, as you just mentioned, for the Inferno Tower. He needs to rage the Warden just to speed things up, catching everything inside the rage over there. Then later on he can get the P.E.K.K.A. Smash next to the Town Hall, making sure that he's avoiding the Town Hall poison. This is what he's trying right now. There's the Siege Barracks. Now he's getting started with this one Golem, with those P.E.K.K.A., and he's dragging the Warden over. The Warden is trying to run away from those skeletons, which is not working that great, actually.
No, he's trying to push his way through. One Wizard went off. That Archer Tower over on the left is just one tick away from going down. Warden ability goes off. He's walking right past this Town Hall, so they can skip on and help take it down. The Super Mini should go down pretty easily, beats his way through the core. The Town Hall was frozen, so this is looking pretty solid. There's the jump to the backside of the base. The single target Inferno, but Hogs are coming out of the Siege Barracks, and he's got the World Champion now joining in them with the fight towards the right side. The King's Ability goes off. This is looking pretty strong here.
What is this army of wizards? Take a look at the right side. How, like, this Dark Elixir storage just disappeared. There are like 20 wizards, it feels like, on this one side. We have the push getting a little bit smaller, but at the same time, Queen is alive with her ability, Royal Champion is alive with her ability. He has a Baby Dragon left and over 1 minute still left in this attack. I think this is yet again another P.E.K.K.A. Smash overkill 3-star. And with this, AS Monster is keeping their lead. And this is exactly, obviously, what they have to do if they want to stay inside this match, because HT Family is putting up the pressure. They're showcasing, hey, we messed up at the beginning, but still, we're keep staying inside this match. And even the Royal ability is getting used to speed things up just a little bit. Monster is feeling the pressure, and so far they're doing exactly what they have to do, but they need to keep doing that because HT Family is just right behind them.
Yeah, beautiful job from AS Monster getting that 3-star and crushing it with that P.E.K.K.A. Smash, pushing his way through. And he even had the Siege Barracks Hogs all the way to the end there, getting it done. And as you see at the bottom of the screen, right now, AS Monster have 8 stars. We have HT Family with 7. And HT Family, if you guys weren't here when the war started, did get a 1-star to start the war off. So that has been playing a little bit of a role in their mindset, but they've been coming strong with back-to-back 3 stars. And let's see if they can keep that momentum rolling for them.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the percentage as well, like as soon as this match is getting tied on stars, we have for sure the percentage lead for HG Family. 99.3% on average. That is quite a high number. Stars, as you just mentioned, just not as perfect, but at the same time, they need to aim for the tie on stars, and then they can still make it. On the other side, we have Monster, which are kind of like getting pushed to their limits right now because HG Family is pushing it so much as well. So let's see if they can keep that pressure high, or if they go into a fall and, well, giving Monster some free time to breathe again, because right now it feels like a pretty crazy close match, considering that we had a 1-star already at the start of the matchup.
Yeah, and that 1-star was not just anyone. It was a 98% 1-star. So it came so close to finishing that off. But now ICU is looking to come in with the Blizzard Dragon Rider. Starting off with this blimp to the top side of the Hound, protecting a little bit. He's going to land right before this scatter shot to help take this down. There is the tornado trap. Drops another invis, spinning around a bunch of traps here. But luckily, the Super Wizards were just far enough away that they didn't get hit by all of those small bombs and the giant bomb. Another giant bomb there, but these Super Wizards are still somehow staying alive here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like this entry, we have seen that already many times. LP has run this base already a couple of times. And typically, if you execute this entry right, like you can completely overkill the base. So let's see if ICU is doing everything how he hopefully should do. Getting the Town Hall, he's going to push his king now inside the town compartment as well, trying to get as much value over there as possible. And then later on trying to get the entire right side down with all of those Dragon Riders. So far it's looking great. The king should take down the defending queen in just a couple of seconds after the bomb tower goes down. The queen is following and should be able to take down the air defense and some more defenses, which then should result into a nice complete clear of that town hall compartment. And this so far is looking really good from ICU.
Yeah, it's looking good with the Dragon Rider up top. The Queen is now going to step into the Town Hall Poison. But that Dragon Rider is actually tanking perfectly for the Queen as she takes out the Air Expo. Here comes the Grand Warden charging his way with the Dragon Riders to the top side.
Traps.
And he's pulling some traps, which goes down. He can pop the ability here. And that Royal Champion still has not even been deployed yet.
Yeah, it's looking really good for him. The Blizzard took down so much of the base. Another 2 Black Mines are getting completely tanked by the Warden ability. There's another Black Mine coming up. But there are so many Dragon Riders still left. And the Royal Champion, as you said, not even deployed there yet. The Unicorn now, though. The Unicorn is actually going over and is healing up the Dragon Rider. That's a quite nice move to have. The Unicorn healing up the Dragon Rider. So we have a Dragon Rider charge inside the base with that Unicorn. And this one is going to be an incredible overkill. This blimp took down way too much in this base. And HG Family are keep putting up the pressure. They keep 3-starring and keep showing Monster, hey guys, you have to work for your money. You have to keep 3-starring, otherwise we are right behind you. And even though we had a 1-star, it does not matter. We keep 3-starring your other bases.
Yeah, they are putting up a high percentage in every single one of the attacks. So we talked about it. If it does come down to a tie on stars, HT Family is going to have that edge because of the 1-star did finish with a 98%. Meaning AS Monster needs to keep that 3 stars rolling in. Otherwise, they're going to be down no matter what. And if they come up with a 2, that means HG Family with their final attack could 3 and win the war. So this attack is huge. There's a lot of pressure coming in on this next attacker, which, who knows? Are we going to be seeing LP maybe coming in with some absolutely insane queen charge? I can't wait to see.
Yeah, I think they're always like switching around their like attacking position. We have seen Fluxy going in like as second last. So we have no, like, it's all up to them, obviously. Like, they have no really attack pattern, I feel like. So let's see who is coming up. Either way, could be a queen charge, maybe. Both like to run the queen charge, so that might be a possibility. But at the same time, I have to say I'm looking forward to the LP attack because, as I said, he's typically always swaying something in his attack. Yeah. So let's see if we can do that yet again. Or like I said, as soon as they fail, the pressure is getting bigger and bigger to the last attacker, because then they have to like somehow get the miracle to work. But now, well, the next attack is starting, and we have Fluxy with the Sui Lalo. Okay, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, coming in with about just over 30 balloons and an Ice Hound. And he's got a skeleton, maybe to use for that queen, sending the plimp in for the town hall. We do have the bomb tower. Ooh, finds the tornado trap, lands. And are we going to have a bunch of sneakies that are coming out of here to help go for that town hall? Yes, he finds the tornado, but the sneakies are able to still make it and take out. Look at the triple giant bombs right in front of the town hall, but he's still able to take it down, and a bunch of headhunters have been lured out of the clan castle.
Yeah, nicely dealing with that poison. Needs to make sure that they're staying inside that poison. Running outside again. Ooh. Can he make that work? And that one headhunter, no problem whatsoever. There's the wall break. This king should enter into the core as well, at least into this compartment, and then he can later on play the Lalo. Like I said, they always have like this setup of like dragon attacks first, then something more fancy, and this is what they're going in now with the skeleton spell. A lot of players mixing in the skeleton spells as well, which are giving so much tanking power to your army composition. And now the Lalo from the top side right into that eagle, but he needs to deal with those double heroes. The king is tanking, that's why he's placing the rage to get faster through that with the headhunters. Now this queen is just getting one shot and still having the warden ability.
Yeah, he's saving on to that one. Finally pops it now for the road champion in the core and these balloons. Hastes his way across there and perfectly tanks and distracts that scatter shot. The Ice Hound's gonna perfectly freeze this multi. Oh my goodness, look at that freeze spell. He still has another 3 freezes to use and a haste. Fluxy, what an attack here for AS Monster. Just absolutely beautifully crushing this base. Tons of balloons left, and look at that. Oh my goodness, he swags the 4 spells. He doesn't even want to use it for the end to haste his balloons around. Fluxy, gorgeous attack. Oh my goodness.
I told you they like to swag. I don't know, like, I mean, yes, it's funny to see, but at the same time, it would be way smarter to actually use those spells. At least the haste. Yeah, you could swag those freezes. They're not giving you too much more time. But to be honest, with a match being that close, like, I would always at least invest the spells, which are giving me like a better time on average. I would at least invest them. Either way, a crushing attack. 3 stars. The monster is keeping their lead for now. And this match is like a back and forth pressure game. I feel like HT family always like saying, "Hey guys, we are still here. We have the percentage, so you have to 3-star and keep 3-starring on their own." And then monster have to reply again. And this match is incredible.
It is, because if HT family 3-star their next attack, AS Monster have to 3-star the final hit, because they won't have the average destruction percentage. Even though we saw this war start off with that 1-star, we talked about it. HT family are capable of coming back from a mistake like that and making it count, getting 3-star after 3-star. Imagine you're in a war and you come in with 4 triples and a 1-star, and your 1-stars are 98%, and you could be that close away from a perfect war. But first, they got to focus on this next one here for HT family. They have it here. They definitely can push the AS Monster to the limit, and now Iske is doing it, and he's coming in with a little bit of a sweet lullaby as well, kind of answering what Fluxy just did.
Yeah, like, watching those Suilalo attacks from people who actually can execute them, like, it's so cool to watch. Like, knowing how much time it takes to plan those, and obviously knowing that you have barely any freedom of doing mistakes, it is super impressive. And this attack so far looks pretty promising. It's a legend base yet again, so Monster really likes to run those legend bases. So far, the value of those heroes is pretty good. Having the double single Inferno Tower set up in the core as well is a pretty nice thing, because Lalo, we always talk about that. Lalo is really strong against those single Inferno Towers, so having them in there, it's not a big threat, but he is going all in. He knows a 3-star or nothing, and he's going in from the other side of the base.
Wow, yeah, he is indeed sending this blimp across. Look at this flight. He's trying to make it go, and he lands onto the multi-target Inferno to take it down. He's going to plan to use that Warren ability over the Town Hall. He's making his way through the Royal... there's the Rage Spell. The Royal Champion was already used from the beginning, so now he's trying to push his way through to the Town Hall. The balloons kind of split off in two different directions. He's got some freezes. He's got another Rage to use near the Town Hall. It's looking pretty strong as long as he times his Warden ability. Oh, there's a Tornado Trap. He's got tons of balloons left for this backside of the base.
This is looking so crushed. Take a look at how many loons are out there. This is so incredible. Like, with seeing so many dragons, you nearly forgot about how strong Lalo is. Yeah. But this is, like, we saw 2 back-to-back Sui Lalo attacks, and those were so crushing attacks. Like, this base has no chance. 2 minutes, and this base is just gone. This was truly impressive, and is showcasing how good you can still work with those Lalo attacks. And HG family, yet again, putting up the pressure. A monster yet again needs to answer. As you said, a 3-star or they're going to lose. Even though HG family are like, they were coming in with a 1-star, starting this match with a 1-star. And still, it is looking incredibly close.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing a 99.6% destruction for HG family after all 5 attacks. And they're at 13 stars at 99.6, meaning they were 2 buildings away from getting a perfect war, and one of those buildings was the Town Hall for HT family, that 1-star. If you didn't get it, you would have locked up the war and you would have won it right here no matter what. But which means now AS Monster have a chance to win. LP, it is now all in your hands.
Yeah, that's right. But something which I want to say about HT family still is, like, I feel like they are one of those teams which are so incredibly good under pressure. I feel like sometimes they're bringing up really low score numbers, but at the same time, because they only have to do low score numbers because their defense is typically really good. But if they're forced to, if they're getting pushed to the limits, they're so good on offense. And this is really impressing me every single time. And there are not a lot of teams out there who can actually make a match so close when you're starting into it with a 1-star. This is not an easy task at all. Like you said in the beginning, this is super demotivating for them in voice, for example, if they're planning together. Like, it is not easy to like stay concentrate, but they stayed somehow in the match, concentrated, and they're pushing Monster to the limits. And as I said as well, LP is coming in next, the swag master himself. So let's see if he's swagging some spells or if he's swagging the attack. Either way.
Right, swagging the attack for a 3-star. I'd never seen it, but I imagine LP could do it. Good. You'll find a way to 3-star without even attacking. I don't know, but he's starting off with that queen over towards 3 o'clock, wall breaking her to go in for that Town Hall. Oh, some Rocket Loons. He does invest a double poison here. Oh, luckily the Rocket Loon did not lock into the queen, so he can continue this queen charging in and grab this Town Hall.
Yeah, really good move, predicting that there might be a damage clankers or something inside and bringing the double poison. So really nicely done. And there's now the rage for the queen, but there's a lot of damage with that defending warden. That's a lot of damage on that queen, and nice freeze is keeping her safe for now. But now the important thing is she needs to dodge that Town Hall poison. If she's stepping in there, this might be a big problem, but so far she's exactly doing that. There's another rage. He's just dropping those spells like nothing. He wants to get the 3-star in, and so far it's looking pretty good for him.
Yeah, he's just completely dodged it, like you mentioned. Here comes the road team on the top side. You're going to send the king for the eagle. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. You can still send the dragon riders in. That eagle is going to go down to his king. Here comes the dragon riders on the top side to move its way into the air defense, the multi-target. The queen staying alive, has the stone slammer. LP, I'm loving this attack so far. The road champion is getting tons of value. Pops an early warden, rages his way through the enemy king. His queen is still going. Just use a wall break down there. But look at this. Eagle goes down. Stone Slammer still up. I mean, he's still got RC ability. This is looking strong.
This is looking incredible strong. He was not like holding back on any spell. Typically, he's making things way closer with like his queen and everything. But this time around, he was like, I don't care. I'm dropping everything as it needs to be. There's the queen ability as well. There's only one back and scatter shot. And even though there are a lot of black mines coming up, but with the Royal Gem still alive, with the Queen still alive, and everything still alive, Monster has done it. It was an incredible close matchup, but LP should get this 3-star onto Jinmu right here for HT Family. And this is going to be the final score, 14-13, a win for Monster, and this means they're getting to the next round. And one of the teams which were really high seeded in the last qualifier is getting knocked out at this point, and this means they can't get as many points anymore as they would have liked to collect in this qualifier, where a couple of those top teams with Queen Walkers and Alternate already got kicked out before it's even getting down to the points.
Yeah, absolutely. And AS Monster coming in, they were known as Fireworks in last week's qualifier, so they are looking to add more points to the board here. And there it is, 14-13 at a 95.8 to a 99.6 there. Incredible, which meant that 1 star from HT Family did come back to bite them there, Itsu. But wow, what a war, because the war that we're going to be coming up next is going to be KOG versus Space Station Gaming. And KOG actually knocked out Alternate Attacks just in their war before to make it to this point. So to see Alternate Attacks get knocked out, oh man, that is an achievement for KOG. But now they got to go up against Space, and that's going to be a great war nonetheless, Itsu.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm really looking forward to the crazy attacks of Nick and Lex again. Like, I just love the matchup. Like, they always bring up the so creative attacks, especially like Nick coming in with those, like, I think like Nora's Arc attack with like every single troop, things like that. I like getting 3 stars with those armored compositions. It's just incredible. So I'm really looking forward to that match. It should be awesome. So I think we can hop into a really short break, and then we're getting right back with that match. KOG versus Space Station. Don't go too far. We are right back. Or not.
Welcome back. We have 2 more wars here today. We've seen some incredible wars already, and we are narrowing it down to the final 4 remaining here in qualifier number 2. I'm Carvin, joined here with Itsu. Let's go ahead and now bring up the bracket so you guys can see where we stand and the teams and matches remaining. So, Itsu, we first started off with Bazinger, DC Ranger, Bazinger taking that one, and then we just wrapped up HT Family AS Monster. And HT Family started off with a 1-star, but they forced it all the way down to the end with the clutch triple coming in from LP. But we got some amazing matches to still come, Itsu.
Yeah, that's right. We have KOG versus Space Station coming up next. KOG on this side, though, beating Alternate just one round before getting into the quarterfinals, which means they won 14-13 against them. Space Station, on the other hand, going in strong as well into this match, winning their matchup coming into this with 12-12. So a little bit lower score, but at the same time, better defense as well. So let's see if something like this is going to, well, it's going to be relevant at all in this matchup, but I think we're going to have an amazing match ahead of us with hopefully a lot of creative attacks, because there are some crazy attackers in there. You have to remember this 3 clone strategy, which is flying around everywhere, first got seen by KOG. So this is something you have to keep in mind. And then you have some creative masterminds on the other side in Space Station as well. So this match, really looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. And then the match after that, we're going to see MCS taking on their French counterparts of Carnage Gaming. And the amazing thing is MCS and Carnage Gaming both already have a silver ticket. And that's what this is all leading towards. There's a $20,000 prize pool on the line. But also, if you come in first place, you're going to be getting that silver ticket, the last chance qualifier for the World Championship. So there's a ton of money here. First place in the qualifiers here each week, there's 3 of them. You get $1,500. And then first place in the playoffs and that silver ticket, $5,000. And a nice little MVP of $50 each and every week. So there's a lot of money on the line here in the Clash Masters. So don't get us wrong when these players are trying really hard, because they could be making several thousand as a team, and they are looking to do just that. But we're going to be getting ready for KOG and Space Station. Neither one of them have a ticket yet, and they are fighting their way to try to get into the leaderboard, because we saw Queen Walkers winning last week, but they didn't even make it here in qualifier number 2.
Yeah, and this is showcasing how important it is every single point, and to get that onto your side of the team. I think it's super important, and both teams, as you already mentioned, have the potential of getting really far in this competition, beating already some really strong teams early on. And the style of those 2 teams is going to be interesting to see them clash. We have a lot of different strategies coming up for those 2 teams, but maybe before the first attack is coming in, Corbin, should we try to produce like a small run of predictions? Who is going to win this match?
I mean, we could try to predict KOG taking an alternate, or Space Station coming in hot, coming in strong. They've been doing really well in their wars. But if I had to pick one, I mean, yes, KOG taking an alternate is amazing, but I'm gonna go with Space Station in this one, and which means that they're gonna lose because I picked them. So I'm sorry, Space Station. That's my fault for jinxing you. Who are you gonna take, Itsu?
And I would go with the other side with KOG. So let's see which Jinx power is stronger. But maybe we should take a look as well at the leaderboard right now with all of those different points, which is then obviously updated, because getting into the top 8 already is giving you some leaderboards. And we can see it already. We have MCS right now in that first seed. Monster over there as well. So this one is going to be really interesting. Every single match is going to be important for those points. And MCS and Monster, those are the 2 teams which are still in the competition, which can get a lot of points. Space Station, Betzinger obviously as well. But they're a little bit further behind compared to Monster and MCS. So those 2 teams is going to be super interesting to see if they can get like a huge lead in those points to secure already one of those top 4 spots, because it's so important in this leaderboard to get into the top 4. This is the important thing, because the top 4 is getting to go into the playoffs. That's the thing where everyone wants to get. And well, so those matchups obviously are super important, especially for MCS and Monster, because they could get a huge lead. KOG,
Absolutely.
so far not too many points, but Space Station, we saw them on the leaderboards as well. They have already quite some points as well, so they could actually get some more points on the board as well, and could actually bypass Alternate, which we're not making it that far in this qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they're looking to do. If they win this war, they're going to be moving up, and you want to be on the left side of that leaderboard, which is the top 4, because the top 4, like you mentioned, move on. But then we will have 8 total teams in the playoffs, and you'll be like, where are the other 4 teams going to be picked from? Well, there's going to be a last chance qualifiers, and they're going to be playing in that, and then the top 4 teams from that qualifier bracket is going to then join into the playoffs for a final 8, and they're going to be battling it out. But hey, we have the first attack from KOG coming in with some dragons, using some rocket loons to help pick this off, and wants to send this blimp in towards this town hall of Lexnos. And will he land here? And yes, he lands in the town hall. You may see some sneaky gobs coming out to help take and clear the town hall, taking some time. And yes, the town hall has been secured, and now here comes the dragons on the top side.
Yeah, and this is looking really interesting with the setup. He has the 2 air expos right behind the town hall in the core of this base, which could be a really big threat to those dragons. The air defense already is locking onto the Dragon Rider. The first Dragon Rider is already going down. He is not invested the Warden ability just yet. There's the Clan Castle coming out. There are some super minions in there. Actually, 3 super minions, which is a ton of damage. But there's the Warden ability to block everything. And now we have the NATO rotating the troops away from the air defense and the scatters and everything. Can those dragons now overtake the core?
Yeah, we do have an air defense on the top side. Pops the king ability through the enemy king with the headhunter to help assist. Royal Champions going in towards the eagle, but these dragons have all just disappeared here in the core. And the sinking air mine, lo and behold, goes straight for that owl. Unfortunately, we have the Royal Champ, drops the raid to help her moving her way through with one invis, drops it. The invis helps the RC a little bit, but there's just way too much left on this base for Lexnos, and it's looking like a great defense.
Yeah, that was truly impressive, defending this air strategy right now. It's not too easy, to be honest, because it is just so powerful in the troops itself, and being able to defend that to quite decent percentage is not an easy thing. To really good base baiting over here. We saw the air defenses covering the core, then obviously the 2 core air expos, which makes things really, really rough for those troops. And well, we saw the result over here with around about 70%, and 70% of the current meta. We saw this already earlier with Monster. This alone already could be a big problem for the team, because percentage-wise now, it's going to be tricky to win. But I mean, we saw already with HG Family, sorry, that even one star sometimes is not holding some teams back. So failed start, but let's see, maybe they can still come back from it.
Yeah, the big thing though, it comes down, HG Family, they did fail with the 1-star, but they had a high 98% fail. This one is a very low, unfortunately, 68%, looking to get just a little bit more. Looks like the mini will grab the cannon. 14 seconds left to put him at 69, but this is going to be on the very low end percentage. So if it comes down to a tie on stars, Space Station could have the lead depending on their very first attack, which we tend to maybe see Nick. He loves to start it off for Space Station. There it is, 70% 2-star there for KOG. So that is a fantastic defense for Space Station Lexnos. And now Space Station needs to answer, because that was a great start for them.
Yeah, that's for sure right. Like I always say that if you're getting a good defense, you need to make that work as well. Like if you get the best defense in the world, but you do not make sure that you're using that on offense as well to get the lead, it's not really worth anything. So Space Station now needs to take this in their own hands, get the 3-star or at least like a high percentage 2-star to make sure that they're getting some sort of a lead out of this really incredibly good defense from Lex right there. And this is the important thing they have to concentrate on. Looking forward, I think you know better who might go in first. And is it Nick? No, it's
Oh,
Crazy Ryan actually with one of his queen charges. I always like his queen charges are always impressive. They're so clean typically, and he has something right now in store which I love to see. It is the log launcher.
yes, indeed. The log launcher coming in to help join in potentially for this queen across the base. And it all comes down to the value that this queen can get. If the log launcher can't push that queen in, this attack could die off very fast here. But he's charging in from the opposite side, so he's taking the risk. Crazy Ryan is known for his queen charge abilities. Not just queen charge, but doing some absolutely incredible queen charges. I don't even think he needs 20 balloons. I think he can just triple a base with queen charge. You know, he's that OP. Try to now take out the world champion, and look at that. He makes the enemy queen and that stuff invisible. Would that have actually made a difference there? It didn't look like at the moment. I don't think the queen was just going there.
Yeah, there are the wall breaks though, getting the queen into that part of the base. I think he wants to have the queen into the Inferno Tower. Now he needs to make sure that this King Farm is somehow working, but the Tesla Farm is completely messing things up. The queen now needs to go inside. That's exactly what she is doing. And this right now is looking perfect. The queen should now follow this path of those logs. And those logs are rolling in front and making sure everything is been taken down. The defending flankers should come out soon as well. Then we have those logs taking down the archers. This looks already so fun with the logs. We're staying alive for now, though.
Yeah, balloon. Oh, the balloons pulling some stinging mines. Well, a healer does get hit. Double ice comb with headhunters. Oh, wait, no, headhunter, please don't. No, he's forced to freeze that. Okay, so the queen's still making her way through. The ice golem freezing up the town hall. Queen still has her ability, so that's going to come in clutch here. Ice golem freezes again. So now he can make his way through, pops that early warden ability, and that scatter shot is luckily actually still taking out the queen, so don't pop that queen ability, and you'll keep that distracted.
Yeah, but right now it's looking so crazy. Like for some people, those log launcher charges are considered being a creative attack. For Crazy Ryan, it's like just a normal attack, normal business, taking down those bases with 40 seconds left and a couple of loons left for the back end and a ton of minions at this top side. Take down all of the trash buildings over there. This is going to be an overkill. Space Station making what we just said, making work of the lead which they got due to the perfect defense in the beginning. And that attack from Crazy Ryan was just unbelievable. Really, really strong queen charge. And then the Lalo, just for cleanup purposes, I want to say.
Yeah, Crazy Ryan is known for attacks just like that, with insane queen charges coming in with Lalos. And that log launcher, hey, it can be risky, but you can get some incredible value. Great job. That's the answer that Space Station took advantage of. Just like you mentioned, you can put up a solid defense, but if you can't answer with the next attack, then you might as well you don't take advantage of that situation. And Crazy Ryan, beautiful job, gets the value. So KOG, you're going to have to look to put 3 stars on the board to keep pace with what Space Station is doing.
Yeah, that's right. And it kind of looked like those diamond-shaped legend-style bases which Lex, for example, put up in the beginning. So let's see if they keep sticking with that style, because so far it seemed like that KOG had some problems with it. And it typically, like if you're building a legend base, the first thing which you have to defend in the current meta is air spam. Like you have to defend the strategy, otherwise your trophies are getting wrecked really hard. And if this is like sticking like this, it seems like KOG really likes to use those dragons and dragon riders. If those bases just don't fall against this strategy, it's going to be tricky. This time around, though, we have another queen charge. There are some dragon riders, but it's no dragons in this army compositions. Instead, we have another log launcher charge. And I just love to see all of those.
We do have another log launcher, looks to be, but Itsu, I've got the question for you. If you're looking to be a defender like Marnol is here, what do you typically do nowadays in terms of the decision for your defending skeleton traps? Do you go half ground, half air? Do you put a little bit more on air or ground? What would you say kind of nowadays is the meta that would work best for the bases?
Ooh, I think that's a tough question, and it depends on the base. But right now, I really like to run the 4-time air skeleton, because I feel like it's getting triggered in the majority of the attacks, right? Like if someone's attacking with air, it's getting triggered. If someone's attacking with a queen charge, it's getting triggered. If someone's attacking with P.E.K.K.A smash, it's getting triggered because of the healer. So those air skeletons always get triggered. On the other side, they typically are the weaker skeleton trap, I feel like. So it's tricky, I want to say, but at the same time, we just saw the invisibility spell miss on that Royal Champion, which means the Expo is going to stay alive, and there already the Dragon Rider starting into the base. Even though is getting threatened by the Second Inferno Tower, but that freeze was just in time, Corbin.
It was perfect to protect that queen. Drop some headhunters on the bottom side, seeing some Seeking Air Mines coming through, freezes the single yet again. Pops the early warden ability here. Well, I mean, through this king and the scatter shot, but the queen's got her ability, so she can actually clutch up this town hall. Beautiful value. That archer tower is doing a little bit of damage. Wait, queen ability not needed just yet. Wow, so he's saving onto that. These dragon riders need to go down. He does have an invis once he gets near this air defense, so he can drop it onto the ground expo, so the dragon riders can go straight for the AD. It's looking pretty strong here. Drops it. Now they still go for the ground expo, and now they will take out the air defense, and this is going to be an answer. But wait a sec, we have a king. We still have a king defending here, which is going to slow down these dragon riders, Itsu. So time is an issue, but he's got queen ability. Can he do it?
It's a tough call. I feel like he did a big mistake with placing all of his cleanups at the bottom side, which means he could have invested a couple of cleanup minions at the top side where the queen now is heading, and all of the minions on the gold storage died because of a red bomb. So now it's all about that queen going for a wall. Now the ward and everything. Just ignore the king, ignore the king, go for the storage.
Oh, we got it. Oh, wow. Man, the air skellies almost stopped in there. It's you, like you were mentioning. A lot of players may be running air skellies. Like you like to run the defensive air skellies to help defend your bases. That almost came up clutch, but it was a 3-star. So KOG GG getting the triple. So now Space Station, can they keep a 3 stars rolling in? We're gonna stay tuned to find out. But man, that was a close one.
Yeah, that was a really close one. But at the end of the day, a 3-star is a 3-star, right? So really good job by them coming back into this matchup. Now Space Station, yet again, obviously wants to put up the pressure. Getting a 2-star would open the door for a comeback. If they can keep pressure, KOG keep upping those this 3-star streak they just started with the attack of Crazy Ryan, they can keep having KOG pressured. And at this point, it feels like it's really not that, like you're not that motivated, I feel like, as on the KOG side, because the only thing which you can do, you can only get like 1 star behind if the other side only 3 stars at this point. So it's really tricky sometimes. We have Agent coming in next. And Corbin, this is going to be a Queen Charge hybrid.
Yeah. We're seeing the ground tech. We're seeing this now the second time we're seeing a Queen Charge hybrid here today, charging his way into the town hall. And the big key is that town hall. You do not want to send the hybrid into the town hall, but granted, I mean, I wouldn't even want to send the queen into the town hall, to be honest, because that town hall poison is devastating. Does use a balloon to pull out a little bit of the CC, which turns out to be a Headhunters and a Lava Hound, which is going to take him a little bit of time to get through this.
Yeah, that's actually perfect, because this means that the town hall poison should run out by this time, which is it's really cool, because this is the poison is yeah, does not matter at all like anymore, which is super important for this Queen Charge. We saw already Queen's just dying inside that poison, even through her ability, because it's ticking with quite some damage. And now he's starting off at the top side with his king for pathing. Seaspirace already is down as well, and there's the hybrid starting. It's quite a wide entry, I want to say, for hybrid. Yeah. Let's see if we can make that work with those first eagle shots. They're getting healed up again. And now all of those troops. Oh, there were a lot of Hog Riders going flying.
There was the Spring Traps Warden ability. No, not yet. Yes, there it is. Okay, well, the Warden ability goes through, but the more Spring Traps launching the Hogs, that's the thing about ground attacks, is that you pop a Warden ability, your troops can still get sprung, but if you're coming with an air attack, you pop a Warden ability, it's impossible to lose any troops protecting with that Warden if they were air. But I mean, that's the thing, you're trying to overwhelm through ground, and he takes out that middle multi. The Queen is still alive here, But the Hogs and everything kind of split off in different directions. That Eagle Artillery needs to go down. The World Champion seems to have now locked onto it. It's looking good here. The Queen can stay alive, and I'm thinking Agent is looking like he's going to answer with a 3-star.
Yeah, that was a super cool attack with the hybrid. Everything was splitting quite a bit, but that's no problem for Agent getting in this next 3-star. Even if the Royal Champion at this point is going to fall, he has still the Queen to finish things off. There are a lot of miners still left as well at the bottom side to speed things up just a bit more. 35 seconds left. He has this one wizard placing it nicely into the dead zone of the mortar. And, well, another sneaky goblin for the Dark Elixir storage at the end. This means another 3-star for Space Station, and they are getting the pressure back on KOG.
GG to Agent 33, coming in with another 3-star indeed. A beautiful hit there, coming in with the hybrid. You don't see that all too often anymore at Town Hall 14. It's part of the meta at Town Hall 13, but it has transitioned away because of the Town Hall poison effect, and just the buffed up defenses with the HP is so much more difficult, especially with the new giant bomb levels that came at Town Hall 14. It does so much damage, and even those small bombs, when you group enough of them together, they can absolutely crush those Hogs and miners as you push your way through. But that is what Space Station is known for. They can come in with multiple different attack strategies, so it's really hard to kind of plan against them, because they can do air, they can do ground, and they can do insane different kind of mixtures of both. So KOG is going to have to keep that pressure going with a 3-star. Yes, they did defeat alternate attacks to get to this point, but each war is different, each one's unique, and you have to take advantage to move on in the bracket here to try to get that 15 points, which is what is awarded in first place for each one of these qualifiers, and try to earn your playoff spot later after the third qualifiers, because we are in qualifier number 2 here this week.
Yeah, this means there's one more qualifier to go, but first, let's concentrate on this one. We have the next attacker, and this is, yet again, one of those Legend-style bases. 1 expo to air, which is interesting. Like, it's, I don't know, it feels like the base looks first really symmetrical, but then the buildings inside are completely messed up with their placement, it feels like. Or kind of with the eagle offset to the right side. Either way, he's starting off with the Warden Walk at that bottom side for that multi-inferno tower, just to enter onto either the left or the right side. I feel like right side might be better due to the eagle, but apparently the scatter shot looks way better to enter into. But the tester form is looking already pretty hard to like get the funnel right with that Baby Dragon dying right away.
Yeah, that Tesla farm is going to be a little annoying. He can drop a siege barracks over on the left. The king is down with some witches. Where is this king going to go? Looks like he's going to loop his way to go in. We do have the bomb tower there. Is he going to push his way through, freezing up the scatter and the ground expo, because it did lock onto actually the Grand Warden there. Bomb tower goes off. The balloons pulls, taking air mine, looking good. Pops that king ability. Get ready for giant bombs next to the scatter. Oh my goodness, so many giant bombs. Look at them. They're all around that scatter shot, but the Warden ability protecting him beautifully, jumping his way into the core. But we do have a scatter shot down below, but yet he sends in the Royal Champion to help take care of it.
Yeah, and those loons inside the Warden ability were doing such a good job of tanking out of those black mines. Another rage, another freeze is keeping those troops safe. This right now is looking pretty good, though the Second Open tower at the top side is looking kind of annoying to all of those tanky troops. The Queen is now jumping into the Town of Poison, which is obviously not the best thing to be in that situation. But the Hawk Rise from the Siege Barracks, which came out over there as well, are doing an amazing job of pushing all of the troops back. The Royal Champion still with her ability. And Corbin, this is yet again another overkill. And wow, that smash looked truly impressive. Just from the beginning, I would have never thought that this would look so OP after the entry and seeing the Tesla farm and everything. I thought it would be kind of tricky, but the execution was flawless, you have to say.
Indeed, because that early Warden ability protected through all those giant bombs. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 giant bombs next to that scatter shot over on the left side with that bomb tower was perfectly executed there to get everything into the core of the base. Beautiful attack from KOG to answer. They are down by the 1-star because Space Station got back-to-back 3-stars, so we're going to see what they can come in with next. That was a crushing Pega Smash triple, and you've said it. That attack is super strong. What would you say right now, Itsu, is kind of the most common legend attack that you would see, I guess, maybe in the lower legends? And then what's the most common legend attack you would see in the higher Legends League where the top players compete? Because I know Pega Smash used to be there. Is that still one of the top strategies?
Yes, it is. I think if you have like the low, mid, and high Legend League, I think low Legend is probably either E-Dragons or like this spammy ground juice with a Lock Launcher and 8 Earthquake, which we still know from Tunnel 13 Days. And then in the middle range, I think we have by far the air spam with like the Dragons, Dragon Riders, and a couple of Inferno Dragons. And high Legends, actually, it is pretty much Pega Smash. Like Pega Smash is the most common thing in high Legends. And it's, as we saw earlier, so annoying to defend. Like, even if you put the tunnel on the other side of the base, people are still coming from the other side, and it's really hard to defend and get rid of those troops. It's not an easy thing at all. And, well, that's pretty much the mix, I want to say, with those legend strategies. In War, though, where you can always adapt to the base, it's obviously different, and a lot of people are right now just, like, opting always into the air spam because it's kind of safe, it's kind of easy to execute. But if there's actually base player out there who try to defend it, it's not that easy, to be honest.
Yeah, it can be very difficult to defend. But now Marnal, indeed, we're seeing the Pekka Smash coming in from him with the Super Wizards. Starting off with that Grand Warden walk-in, I mean, UCP. I noticed that Eagle Artillery is very close to the edge of that base, so that is what Marnal is looking to grab. I mean, that, unless he's trying to do a complete bait here with that Eagle, that is a defense that you just don't want to give up that easily, right, Itsu?
Yeah, it's a big surprise being able to take that out so easily. Now he's trying to get the Warden back towards his Pekka Smash. That's exactly what he's able to do. There is the Blimp quite early without the Warden ability against the Sweeper. I don't know if that was planned. What? There is the Rage. And this is a big surprise, but there's the Yetis. And maybe he tried to, I don't know, not lose his healers to the, like, getting dragged over there. Not really sure either way. Is the tunnel even going down? The tunnel is not going down. Was that a huge misclick, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think he meant to drop his king there, and he accidentally dropped the Blimp. Oh my goodness. This is a big issue because you can see the king came in that exact same area that the Blimp went down. I can only imagine that the Blimp misclick was supposed to be his king. As he's pushing his way around with the Royal Champion, the Ice Golem's trying to defend. Still, wait, okay, so he got a Rage, he's got Invis, he's gonna have to protect this Royal Champion, but the Town Hall Poison is slowing her down. There's the free spell. He loses all his troops in the core, and this could be the defense KOG is looking for here.
Yeah, he has the one invisibility spell left, which he's going to use. The question is, where is he going to use that Rage? He's using it at that Royal Champion place. Was that the right decision? That's the big question mark. He needs to get more percentage than KOG in their fail. Right now he's at 63%, which might be a big fail. 65. He needs to cross the 70% mark. That was the percentage 2-star, which KOG got earlier. Right now, I mean, he's trying it. He's trying to get closer. 67, 68 should be next. And then the Wizard on the right. So, is he tying this?
Oh, wow. It looks like, the Archer, no way. He's got 2 minions. He can drop up top onto the workshop. No, he doesn't. No! The workshop over on the right side. There you go. Oh, no, he's gonna
minion pathing. Wait, is this?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. This is a complete tie right now. Only time is the difference maker. Okay.
Unbelievable.
This is a huge turn right now. I feel like KOG was so far behind and Space Station had such a big advantage, and right now everything is even. You can see the score right below us, like 90% on both sides. This now is getting really interesting.
It's a 100% tie, but you guys are probably wondering, Carbon, Itsu, who has the advantage on the attack duration? Well, Space Station have it by 5 seconds. 2 minutes 40 seconds to 2 minutes 45. So Space Station is just edging them on average attack duration because that is the final tiebreaker. But yeah, everything else even. Now it's basically become a 2 versus 2 war, Itsu.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like a really interesting 2v2 war, and I feel like this time around they're not going to use those creative attacks. They're going to go all in, and we have the next tag coming in with those dragons and dragon riders. There's actually a skeleton spell in the mix as well on the base of Agent, and he's trying to wall break into the... Wait a second, was this king supposed to walk inside? It feels like this king is not supposed to walk around the outside of this base. This is already something going wrong from the beginning. Is never a good sign.
No, with that king going around, he wanted to get all that value, including the enemy heroes, the Eagle Artillery, grab all this, Balloon taking out the mortar on the bottom side, King's ability goes out. I mean, hey, you did set up a little bit of a funnel. The Rocket Loons take out the air defense just barely. Oh, this is not good. We've got a mass headhunter defending CC. Not only comes out, but it splits in 2 different directions. Now he's going to try to deal with these headhunters while he drops these dragons.
A good freeze to make sure that he's catching that defending queen as well. I mean, taking down the queen is a huge thing. But now he needs to make sure he's placing the warden soon, because those headhunters are going to melt. This like the Day Dragon has no chance of shooting. Like the attack speed is getting slowed down so much. And
it actually chained onto him. The poison didn't do anything.
Decent.
Yeah, that E-Drag's chain through the headhunters there. The warden ability goes off. There, oh, he just misses the tornado trap with the blimp. Wow, look at that. But he's going to rage over the tunnel. Should take that down, force these dragons into the core of the base. But he can probably send the road... Oh, I mean, you can't send the road team from the top side because the defending king's over there, so she's got to come from the left, right?
At this point, he needs to go for percentage. Like, there is no chance of him getting this as a 3-star. With so many things going wrong in the beginning. So he needs to collect some more percentages, but where to place his spells? He has still quite some spells left, like a Rage, which is now going to drop for those dragons and Dragon Rider. Not sure, maybe for the Royal Champion would have been better, but either way, he's trying to collect as many percentages as possible. It might be a good decision because he now made sure that the dragon survived, and we all know that time is always an issue. Making the Royal Team invisible yet again. He has another invisibility spell, and he's getting quite decent percentage considering how the entry worked. So yeah, making the bomb tower invisible because it's not important at all. Royal Team ability should though take their bomb tower out really soon, and then yeah, the dragon can collect some more percentages. But at this time, it's not going to be a 3-star. Round about 90%. Question is, what about Space Station? Like, can they get a better percentage? That's the big question. As you said, it is turned suddenly into a 2 versus 2. And yeah, the first attack for KOG was not successful.
Yeah, basically the 2v2 now, and Lex and Nick are the final 2 attackers for Space Station. I mean, they have a little experience in a 2v2. They were just in one kind of not too long ago. Let's see if they can take down KOG. I'm assuming we're probably going to see Nick up next for Space Station because Lex usually comes in at the end. Or, hey, maybe they flip it up and they go with Nick to help close out the war. So, you know, if Nick is coming in this late, he is planning something good. Usually he's like a first attacker to go in. He's got his plan ready to go. But this one, usually we never see Nick coming in with like either second to last or last attack.
So what do you think? Like some sort of a Warden Walk, Hero Dive, Lado type of thing? I would love to see that. I just love the strategy. I think it's such a cool thing. And he was one of the first people who did it, even before the Rocket Loons were introduced. So maybe that, I don't know, like
maybe like 11 lightning spells or something. I mean, we'll see, but we know Nick loves to use his lightning spells to get the value and then just basically not just come up with a cleanup Lalo. That's what he does. That's what Nick is known for, coming in with insane charges. There's so much hero value that he can grab, and we're going to have to see if Space Station can keep another 3-star going. And now we do have Nick and and yes, I was right. It was lightning, but I don't know what it took out. It was so fast.
It seems like he took down the Queen. What is missing as well? An Inferno Tower is missing. Yeah, so the Queen... Is there a Scatter Shot missing as well? Yeah, scatter shot is no.
No.
Two
Scatters
shots
up.
are there.
Scatters up. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so was the queen and the inferno tower and a sweeper are both up as well. So
No, it was it was a queen and a single target inferno tower that was actually right behind the town
okay.
hall. Yeah. I'm receiving word. But now the queen is taking out that town hall with the ability. So the town hall's been secured, but wait a second. Has the CC been lured out is the question? I don't think so. Queen's probably just out of range. Now, sensing that Stone Slammer, he does have a poison spell to use. Out comes a Headhunter CC with a Lava Hound, and the Warden's not down yet, so he's going to move his way through. Ooh, the Headhunter's going to slow that down, so he's hanging on this Warden, actually, not deploying him just yet.
Yeah, there's the warden now getting sent into the left side of that eagle. The Slammer is opening up as well. The defending Hound is pretty much useless right now on the right side, as long as he's not deploying any ground troops. But as he's deploying those Headhunters and the defending and the attacking Royal Champion, he is getting those lured. And there's the Hound flying across. Warden is red mines.
Oh, just barely right there. But there's a tornado trap in the middle. I think the Headhunters caught it. Royal Champion comes down south at 6. They're going to actually tank that scatter shot beautifully. But the Royal Champion, she's still up. The Headhunters were not able to take her down. Pops the RC ability, skips across. Now he's going to take out the scatter shot. The Ice Hound freezes that air defense. And those pups are doing an amazing work to help slow it and take it down. He's got tons of balloons left. He's going to haste his way through. And Nick is looking good.
This is looking really good. The hasted pups for the win. Really nicely done by Nick. The lava hound on defense is popping, but that's way too late to save this base. And there we go. Space Station with the 2v2 for Nick getting in the 3-star. So nicely done. And this means we're back to a lead for Space Station going into the last 2 attacks of this match. And for Space Station, we have Lex attacking last. But next, we have KOG attacking. This one is going to be interesting to see if they can handle the pressure, because I feel like the last attack was all about not really handling the pressure well. Like a small final mistake cost him the entire attack, because the king walking around the outside, not being able to tank for the queen, and then some unfortunate things happened to him, which did cost him the attack. So maybe the next attacker for KOG can somehow get the pressure back on Space Station on Lex.
Yeah, KOG need to 3-star. They're down by 1 at this point. Or actually, what is it, 2? I think it's maybe 1, just 11-10. But if they come away with a 3, then that's what Space Station is going to have to answer with a 2 just to tie it up. And remember, percentage is the key. We saw at the very beginning, it was a lower percentage that did come in. It was right around the I believe it was the 70 mark, but then we did see a lower percentage come in from Space Station as well. So it's going to be close. The war is 11-10 right now. Space Station has the lead. And let's jump into KOG's final attack here. It's with that Queen Charge Dragon Rider. And he does have a log launcher, your favorite thing.
Yeah, I always love seeing that. And I feel like he's doing the classic one where he just queen charges it around the eagle, going into the left scattered compartment, and then later on is going to send... Wait a second, that queen is changing her mind, but since this base is pretty much symmetrical, it does not matter too much. You want to take down typically the king early, because you do not want to have the second layer threat to your queen off that warden. But to be honest, it shouldn't be too bad. At some point, there's going to be wall break into the eagle anyways with your king, I want to say. But I guess he's switching things up with sending in the Royal Champion. But the healers are inside of the range of the air defense. What is happening over there?
Is he not going to drop a Dragon Rider for that Eagle Artillery? But like you said, that one of the healers did get picked off. Rages up the queen to keep her going through the enemy Royal Champion. Hasn't lured out the Clan Castle. Finally does just now. He wants to get this whole charge. Look at this value so far. Drops the poison. Super minions hitting the queen, trying to keep her alive. They now step up into the poison, but this eagle is doing so much damage. Like, one Dragon Rider can actually do a lot of work, but he decides not to do it. Now the queen has access. He sends all the Dragon Riders now into the eagle. The Headhunters, the Royal Champion, he's going all out. And he can rely on this queen to actually reach and grab that town hall.
Yeah, the queen has the pathing, has the possibility of getting towards the town hall. The question though is, and we all know the queen, is she doing it? That's the big question, because so far she's not walking in that direction. Now she's, for now at least, skipping that air defense, which might be a huge problem because those healers are already low. First healer got picked off. The Dragon Riders are going strong. The town hall is in reach. The queen should be able to take that out really soon. But there's still the back end Singing Inferno Tower, and the Great Warden ability keeps everything safe and keeps those Dragon Riders alive. But the back end double air expo and the Singing Inferno Tower with a couple of air skeletons as well. This is not going to be an easy task at all.
Well, he's got to freeze. The RC already burned her ability. She's trying to stay alive here. At Town Hall, poison air skellies pop up. The queen helps clear the air expo. We got minions and a wizard over on the bottom side that would clean up. And the Dragon Riders finally, the poison spell effect of the Town Hall is now gone. Drops the super wall break to distract just a little bit. Pops the queen ability, and this is looking fantastic from UZP of KOG. And we've got ourselves a 3-star for them. And now you may wonder, what is the mark that Space Station must get to win this war? Well, a 3-star they win, or a 90% 2-star is also a victory. If Lex gets an 89%, they're going to tie exactly on stars and percent. So 90 is the key mark for Lex. Let's see what he could do in his next hit, Itsu.
Oh, all of those matches are going to get so close. It's so cool to watch. Like, I don't know why, but that's always something which I feel like it's super funny to see, because I feel like it's so rare that we're seeing those one-sided matches. Somehow those teams are always close. It's either really high-scoring matchups like crazy, or it's going to be those normal matchups kind of, but it's always close. It's so cool to watch. Lex has everything in his own hands, and as you said, 90% 2-star is going to be enough for the win. Carbon, what do you think? Is he going to bring the Queen Charge Dragon Riders?
I think he's going to do it. That's what he's been liking to do recently with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. I mean, Lex can come in with a lot of different attacks, obviously. He's such a skilled player. But here we go. Lexnos, can you clutch it? 90% 2-stars what you need, and he is coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Rider, mixing in that log launcher just for you, Itsu. He was hearing you. He heard that you loved the log launcher. He said, Itsu, this one's for you. Let's see what he can do.
Let's go, Lex the best, just to make sure that I have the enjoyment over here. One thing which I call the Lex special as well, which I remember back with like playing with him, he really likes to run the Yeti as funnel. Like back then he was playing Queen Charge Hybrid with the double Yeti funnel. I always will remember that. It was such a Lex special. It's so cool. And we can see the Yeti funnel yet again. Where is he using that Yeti? Is he going to use that on the left side, or what is going to... Yeah, okay, there is the Yeti funnel. And yes, I mean, it's quite expensive, but if it's working, why not?
Yeah. Hey, the Yeti could keep going across while also tanking for the wizard to grab this air defense. Rages up this queen. Wait, queen, what are you doing? What? Okay, I thought she was going for a wall for a second there, but she's okay. She's making her way through. The log launch is going to open all the way to the town hall. But this multi-target inferno here, queen, where are you going to go? It's going to get locked onto the healers. But just lures. Oh, look at the logs. It's launched. What a perfect log launcher. Launched everything, and a balloon dragon rider comes out from that angle to go for the multi. Brilliant. What a beautiful log launcher with a dragon rider.
That was just genius. Getting the dragon rider for the multi-inferno tower on the core. Really, really nicely done. And there's another rage, making his queen invisible yet again to get that town hall. And we have the dragon rider starting at the bottom side. We have the Royal Champion still as well already in the mix. And this so far is looking incredibly good. The Queen Charge with the lock launcher just looks OP right there. The King found the beginning, got everything he wanted it to get. And now the Queen can finish off this base with the help of the Royal Champion, with the help of a ton of Dragon Riders. He always started with 4 of them, and he has still 2 at least of them left. Yeah, there's like now 3.
They're all alive, actually. Yeah, still got 4. The one's barely hanging on. He did pop that one, but the Queen ability goes off. And the RC's helping, and this is beautiful. He's going to pass the 90% mark, which was what he needed to help Space Station win. Not only that, he's going to put a 3-star on the board. Gorgeous attack. The only fail came in from Marnal, which got the 70% 2-star. But hey, 14 stars is going to be enough here for Space Station to get the victory. 14-13. Brilliant job. And they are going to be advancing to tomorrow. GG to Lexnos with that final attack. Gorgeous log launcher. Dragon Rider coming out, grabbing the multi because the Queen couldn't get it. Man, that was a beautiful hit.
Yeah, we were both like wondering what is he going to do about the multi-inferno tower. What is the plan? Then the log launcher pop, and we had the Dragon Rider in there. That was a really brilliant move. But I think we should take a look at the bracket really quick, maybe, to see what is still ahead of us, because we still have an amazing match to watch. But what did we watch so far? We had Betzinger versus DC Rangers, with Betzinger winning. AS Monster won against HD Family in an incredible close match, and we just saw Space Station taking down KOG. But, well, Corbin, the next match is going to be a banger as well.
It is gonna be amazing. MCS taking on Carnage Gaming next. And remember, guys, this is a best of one every match here. All the matches that you see later will be tomorrow, except MCS Carnage Gaming is going to be coming up next here today. Those are the tale of the two French teams going in. They got a lot of rivalry going in there. That is going to be a fantastic match. But yeah, Bazinger, AS Monster, Space Station. And this win for Space Station is going to move them up in the leaderboards as well. So that is a huge win, because you want to get to the top 4 teams to be able to advance later after the 3 qualifiers. Incredible job from these teams in the qualifier number 2. And that is just some insane stuff there, Itsu. I can't wait to see the next war, which is going to be MCS and Carnage Gaming. But let's go ahead and take a little bit of a break, to take a little bit of a breather there, getting ready to see MCS, who both of these teams actually have that silver ticket already. So they're just kind of going for the prize pool to kind of get that practice and a little bit more money under their belt. So can't wait. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to be coming back very soon for the next match of MCS and Carnage Gaming. Welcome back. I'm Carbon Finn, joined here with Itsu. We've got the fourth and final war here today of qualifier number 2, which is going to be MCS taking on Carnage Gaming. Itsu, we've had some incredible matches here. We'll take a look at this bracket, see where we currently stand. We started off with an amazing war, which was Bazinger going up against DC Ranger, taking them down. Then HT Family started off with that 1 star, but making a comeback, and the LP clutching up the final attack to advance AS Monster. But then we just saw Space Station there. It's moving on, but we got a heck of a match to end today with.
That's right, because this match is actually super important for the leaderboards. Because, well, MCS already being in this top 8 last week means they already had collected a couple of points and can now increase their leaderboards scoring overall, which means they could get ahead of Alternate and Queen Walkers, which were first and second seed in the first qualifier. So there's a lot of things on the line, not only this specific match, but a lot of movement in the leaderboards, which are going to be important because those top 4 of the leaderboards are going to get into the playoffs. In the playoffs, that's where the fun begins, because there is a lot of prize money on the line, and the first team is getting that silver ticket for the last chance qualifier of the World Championship. So Corbin, this should be a fun match, and as you said, both teams being French should maybe make this even more fun to watch.
Absolutely, a little kind of home country rivalry coming in, and both of them already have a silver ticket going into the World Championships. So they're really kind of competing for that $20,000 prize pool that is up for grabs between the qualifiers and the playoffs. And the beautiful thing about this war right here is MCS just making this far. They are already they were number 1 seed getting because of alternate attacks. They didn't make it here to today because they got knocked out by KOG, who just lost to Space Station. And then Queen Walkers, they lost as well to HV Only Zone, who then in turn was defeated by Bazinger. So we got some amazing clans that show up here. And the beautiful thing, especially which we've seen in the qualifiers, is a lot of new faces coming each and every time. But we also have seen some repeats like HT Family and Space Station. But Kingsman of MCS is looking to do it with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders to help them try to defeat Carnage Gaming.
Yeah, and he's trying to tank for a couple of... Oh, he did not trigger that tornado trap right there. A really nice trap, but there are no black mines, it feels like. So this blimp is still making it with that rage together. Both Inferno Towers should go down. There's the connection wall break to get the Queen into the next layer. And both Inferno Towers are down, and this means there is no second layer threat on those healers. What a beautiful NATO, but at the same time, the black mines were just missing.
Where were the Seeking Air Mines in that tornado trap? Because if it was there, like you said, that blimp would have failed. It would have landed right by those storages, and the Inferno Tower could have stayed up. But now he got the value that he wanted, and he can continue with this charge for that Queen to the Town Hall.
Yeah, the Queens keep pushing, now facing off against the Clan Castle. But there is still the Sweeper, which is pointing into the direction of those Dragon Riders later on. The King, though, is pushing that Queen further inside, but at the same time, it will take some time for the Queen to actually reach that Town Hall, because first off, she can reach the Builder Hut, she can reach the Clan Castle that's building. Question, though, is this King even taking down the Town Hall already? This would be huge value, and it's taking it down. Wow, that King is getting some crazy value right there.
Yeah, the Town Hall being secured is fantastic. Now the Dragon Riders come on the top side with the Grand Warden on air. The Queen's making her way through. Does have one more Super Wall Breaker. Come on, he's going to use it for the Clan Castle to get this Queen to charge her way into the middle. Rage Spell it over the Eagle Artillery. Can pop the Warden. Wait, pop it. Yes, beautiful Warden, which clips the Rogue Champion. The Headhunters all through here. Kingsman, you know you got a Super Wall Breaker. You're not going to use it in the core. Okay, maybe just for the scatter shot in the bottom side of the base.
Yeah, I think the core should be already taken down by the Dragon Riders, so there's no reason for him to wall break in there. And as you said, getting the wall break out of the base again later on might be the biggest big brain move, which he can do right there. With 40 seconds left and a ton of Dragon Riders left alive, This queen charge, especially this blimp, was beautiful. At the same time, the base builder had the right idea. It was a great bait, but as you said, just the black mines were missing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So a good attempt as the base builder, but an even better job as attacker from Kingsman. And MCS are starting off strong, getting that first 3-star on the board. That was 100% the most important thing they had to do, putting up the pressure, because I feel like, especially today, those teams really are playing with this pressure mind game and mindset from the different teams.
Absolutely. GG from Kingsman getting that triple. But we saw on the defensive side, if there was one, maybe two sneaking air mines where that tornado trap was to help, it would have gone down, and it could have been a completely different attack if that Inferno Tower section did not go down. But beautiful job. Kingsman didn't sweat, used the phrase on the single target Inferno to push that blimp into that section, got the value, and now Carnage Game is going to have to answer to keep pace with MCS.
Yeah, and that's not easy. We saw already a lot of defenses today as well, showcasing that the base builders are doing an amazing job. So let's see if Carnage can overcome this and get the first 3-star for them on the board as well, which would be really important, as we just mentioned. We saw so many teams falling behind already from the start, and I think we have not seen a single time where a team was able to come back from this deficit overall. So you don't want to fall behind in this current qualifier with having this, I want to say, problematic appearing to a lot of teams. And wait a second, Lou, are you? Hey, don't use my bases in those matches. They make no sense in those matches. They're not built to defend in clan wars.
Oh no!
Why are they not just lightning all? Like there's so much value in the core. I would have expected someone use like a lightning or something. But hey, let's see. If it's defending, I take it. If not, I'm just complaining that it's not supposed to defend in the match. But either way, let's see how it's defending against this match.
All right, with that phrase, Itsu's all too familiar with this base. So Itsu, if you know this by heart, where do you think the tornado? Where did you put the tornado trap in terms of this base here? That we could try to see if it was moved, or to be ready for potentially catching. Oh well, no, he's going with the log launcher. I was gonna say if he sent the blimp, it looks like he's not gonna go with that.
Yeah, it seems like he already attacked this base, because this typically is how we can get this base down, like charging into this compartment, letting the queen decide. She's typically like backtracking then like to the bottom side. The big weakness of this base is that you can reach the expos over there from this charge, and then he's going to smash in the bottom compartment. If the queen is following there, that's the quick. Yeah, she should go there. Lockdown should get as well. The tornado typically is behind the tunnel to catch some blimps, and this is forcing a couple of 1-stars, especially against the air spam strategies. But yeah, Smash is normally wrecking the space, so let's see if he can execute this right. Lock Launcher is doing a great job opening all of the compartments. The loons are giving no chance whatsoever. Oh, interesting shot of bringing an Earthquake. And there the loons taking for those black mines.
I have to say that we have some super wizards going on the outside of this base. Not going to the core, but some P.E.K.K.A.s have made their way and using the freeze spell onto the town hall in the scatter row. Champion now going to the top side. Pops that Warden building. Yetis do come out, looping back in towards the town hall. And this is looking pretty solid as long as he keeps this up. I mean, hey, the Super Wizards actually go to the outside is actually benefiting him. So that Queen and P.E.K.K.A.s clear the core, and he's going to just clean up the outside of the space.
Yeah, and that's the exact problem of this base. Like, this queen charge into this compartment on the left, reaching those expos. This is why this bait got deleted. But yeah, wrong base copied. I'm sorry, Lou. I'm really sorry. But this is the first 3-star for Carnage Gaming, getting it on the board for them and tying things up against MCES. Both teams are not falling behind early. Both teams are starting off strong with some 3-stars in this matchup, and showing off why they're so strong and why they got so far in the qualifier so far.
Lou, unfortunate. Why would you run an Itsu base? It's gonna be burned everywhere, especially on YouTube. The moment Itsu releases it, good luck. I mean, still, Itsu comes up. You come up with amazing bases that are used everywhere, especially in the Legends League. But in a qualifiers like this against pro players, you saw getting picked apart. So GG to Carnage Gaming, answering it 3-3 right now, and that's a fantastic start because the last couple of wars, we've been seeing some of the first attacks coming with the lower percentage or even a 1-star, which I don't want to see in this war, because this one could be an amazing score because both these teams are capable of putting just insane amount of triples on the board.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, both teams, as you mentioned, already have the silver tickets, so they are getting really far in most of those qualifiers and important matches. They know how to like concentrate and how to handle pressure, and well, that's how they run. Like, so we have the next attack with MCS yet again, and looking forward to see their creative style again, because I mean they have so many crazy attacks, and we have now the next attack coming in with a Suilaro of Lu on this base of Fabian. So let's see if he can make that work. We have seen already a couple of Suilados today, and I have to say those were by far the most impressive attacks of the qualifier.
Yeah, indeed. But Lu's looking to help wall break his way into one multi. There's a wait. This base looks a little familiar. I mean, I don't know if I've seen it, but there are a lot of bases to be look familiar, and then I end up trying to hit it the same way, and then I completely mess it up. Either way, the King's looking to grab this multi. Royal Champion off to the right side of the 3 o'clock multi, but this Queen grabbing that Town Hall. Beautiful job with the ability going off. This is looking pretty solid. Grabbing a nice value. And hey, that CC is not too crazy. It's just the headhunters can clear it with ease. And then you start the Lalo.
The Expo barely not going down. That was unfortunate, but he is already placing a loon to lure those headhunters out and get them taken down. There is the archer to lure away the hound. Like, it's not really needed, to be honest, because he has skeleton spells anyway, so the hound is going to get lured back inside the base anyways. But yeah, I mean, hound is out of the way first, so that's great. A couple of wait, were those minions supposed? Because he has only 5 minions left now at this point, so that was maybe a misclick. Maybe he wanted to place like a loon or something. Not really sure. Either way, Lalo has started, and we see so many ice hounds, I feel like, in those Sui Lalo attacks. That's something which is really standing out to me, and those pros really make it look easy with those freezes of those ice hounds. They're getting so much value.
Look at the air skellies entrapped in the core of this base. Does have a warden ability, pops it over the core. There's a tornado trap, rages his way over the left side, scatter shot, and that does go down. But the dragon, where are you going, dragon? But he luckily does have some skeletons locking on the queen, does use a freeze. He's got tons of loons here. The owl's actually going to the queen as well, Itsu.
Yeah, the owl, there's already the first swag. Oh, no, wait, it was not supposed to swag, but it was supposed to protect the headhunter. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like in other strategies, things can go wrong. But like in Suilalos, if those pros use it, like if I use it, it looks always awful. But if those pros use it, it looks like things can go wrong. It's still it feels like such an overkill, but at the same time, time is an issue because it's 30 seconds left. The loons are not splitting perfectly, and there's still the hound. The hound is still tanking all of the pups, so this might be a big problem for him. So the question is this going to be enough?
Yeah, he's got to get this. The balloon's coming around with 15 seconds left. Just these 4 buildings left. Down goes the last barracks, and GG to Lu of MCS getting the 3-star. Wrapping it up. Nice job there, putting another triple on the board here. This is the final match of today, so you don't want to miss who's going to win to advance to tomorrow. Incredible stuff. GG to Lu. Yeah, Lu might have ran the wrong base, but he made up with it in the attack.
That's for sure. He's incredible with those Suilado attacks, and yeah, it's so impressive to watch those. I feel like most of the loons already died really early on in the core of the base versus all of those red mines, but still it wasn't overkill at the end of the day, so it was really clean attack from him. And now it's back to Carnage, and it's back to them getting the next 3-star, because as we said, so far in this qualifier, in the current stage of the tournament, the team which fall behind early most of the time lost the match, so no one wants to have this deficit early on. And Carnage is coming in next with wait, what is going on? Another Lalo. This time around with some lightnings towards the core.
Yeah, using the lightning to help take down that queen. The Inferno Tower, there's tons of value. Okay, so that's going to be nice. Now we can have the queen and king charge his way towards this town hall. We do have some balloons at Tassel Farm as well. But yeah, pretty much just grabbing the queen, an Inferno Tower, and a sweeper that was pointing down south. Let's see if this queen can grab, pops that king ability. Oh, activates the tornado trap as well with a raw champion. I think he wants that RC to go for that scatter shot though.
Oh, is the queen going for... Wait, no! No! She's not going for the tunnel. Instead, she's going for the skeletons and everything. No. He wants to make things invisible. The question is, he needs... he's freezing the skeletons. Perfect freeze right there. Is it going to be enough? Yes! Oh my goodness, that was perfect reaction right there. Making sure that everything is frozen. It was so important. The second freeze on the skeletons and everything, that was so important because this made sure that nothing attacked the queen and she did not change target. That was such a clutch move. Really nicely done. And now the Lalo can get started. Let's see if he can make that work as well. Because so far, Lalo is having a pretty good success rate in this qualifier so far, I feel like.
Yeah, the Lalo has been strong, but the Eagle Artillery is over on the far right. We do have some builder huts on the corner. I wonder why we got builder huts over there. Normally, you tend to see them a little bit more inside, maybe kind of by a Town Hall Inferno Tower, especially to help heal things up. But either way, pushing his way over towards Eagle, that Stone Slammer, beautiful valley, taking out that scatter shot. We do have a multi-target Inferno up top, does have one freeze, decides to use it. The Hound is getting locked onto by the Eagle, but that just goes down. Here comes a massive wall of 3 Headhunters pushing into the King. Gonna pop that Warden Ability to help protect him. And there we go. Warden finally goes off, and he can haste his way with the the Stone Slammer. Brilliant coming in. What a save to get that Queen from the Town Hall to be able to push his way over to help wrap this one up. This is looking fantastic.
Yeah, with 50 seconds left, another haste on the board as well. This is looking really, really good for him. Last Cesta should be taken down. And one thing which I want to highlight as well was at the top right, at the gold storage, which is about to fall. There's actually it's a small base builder trick because small bombs right now are not as crazy important. And with everyone having access to those sneaky goblins, if you put 3 small bombs in front of the gold storage or any storage on the outside, people tend to use their sneaky goblins really quick. And that's exactly what was over there. So if there would be a sneaky goblin funnel, maybe to funnel a king inside or something, and you typically bring the exact number of sneaky goblins, like you don't bring any Coco, sneaky goblins or whatsoever. So really nice trick to completely make your enemy rage quit the attack maybe or something, because it's really annoying to lose your funnel that early on. So it was a really nice attempt. It did not pay out at the end because he was not going in over there. But still, maybe something nice to catch up for some base builders out there who are trying something new. So really good move over there, but it's still a 3-star. This means both teams are still going strong and they're not showing any weakness.
Absolutely. I think I need to find a pen here on my desk to write that down, right? 3 sneaky goblins or 3 small bombs to take out the sneaky goblins to protect. Hey, brilliant. That's a little small tip. A little kind of 200 IQ there from Itsu for your base building, which, if you fail a little bit of a funnel can absolutely change the attack, especially on the outside. Heroes go the wrong way, and then you just gotta try to save the attack at that. So that's a really, really good insight right there. But now we are jumping into the next attack. Let's see if MCS Cynthia... No, Cynthia! Where are my 45 Hog Riders, Cynthia? Oh, no! That's what I love Cynthia for. He comes in with insane Hog Rider attacks, but he's not doing it here today. He's coming in with the Zap Dragon Rider attack.
That's going to be interesting. I feel like those mass Dragon Rider attacks are quite powerful. So let's see if he can make that work. The Slam already got some great value, luring out the Clan Castle as well, which is giving some more power towards his heroes because he should be able to take those out nice and early. There's the first archer trying to lure out the Lava Hound. Already 1 minion to fund the right side. He needs to always re-drop those archers in there because the mortars just keep shooting. And there's that Queen being able to take down the Lava Hound without any problems, without too much investment. There's the wall break towards the Town Hall. So this already entry-wise is looking as he planned it. And now it's all about how much can those heroes take down.
Yeah, the Queen, King taking their time to push in towards this Town Hall. The Giant Bomb does go down. Or Giant Bomb, I was going to say Bomb Tower, to be honest. In the Town Hall, ooh, man, Cynthia, I would say you're king ability was just a little bit too late because the queen took a little bit of damage there from the town hall, unfortunately. But here comes the dragon riders off to the right on the bottom to push their way in towards the eagle artillery. But I like how he has these dragon riders slid off a little bit so they all can't get hit by the scatter shot at the same time. Pops the word ability, rages up. Headhunter's gonna help move through this king super fast, but that queen is going and getting so much value on the top side still.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit left, but there's so many dragon riders. They're just swarming the base, and it feels like there are not enough black mines inside this base to handle all of this, like, flying dragon riders from every single angle. This looks like a complete overkill, but there are as well so many air skeletons behind them. He's trying to make them invisible, so those air skeletons are going somewhere else. But at this point, it feels already too late. The Royal Champion is still dealing with all of those air skeletons, but there are still quite a few dragon riders left alive, and we have yet again a queen, like a dragon rider charge with the unicorn to keep the dragon rider alive. And this is going to be yet again another 3-star. Cinti makes things look easy. Like those mass dragon rider attacks they look truly impressive.
Yeah, they do indeed. I just wish I can just do just a little bit of the skill that these pros can do. Absolutely incredible job from Cynthia, keeping the 3-star streak going. We'll finish off that clan castle, getting that 3-star. MCS looking strong. Carnage Gaming is looking really strong as well. But this is the final match here today to try to advance to tomorrow for more matches. There's still 4 more wars tomorrow, so make sure you guys have it booked there as well so you guys don't miss those wars going down, because we have some incredible action still to come in the Clash Masters for the Open Qualifiers number 2. But MCS and Carnage Gaming, we've talked about it before, both of them already got that silver ticket for the Clash of Clans World Championship, which is what is a big prize at the end for first place here today, which means that if one of them do get that, win this cup here, or if you have the golden ticket, the team that comes in second or third, whoever is the highest that doesn't have it, will in turn earn that silver ticket. So if you're wondering, like, what happens if someone that already qualified gets it, it just goes down to the next one below. But still, these teams are trying to win first place because there's $5,000 that goes to first and $20,000 given away as a whole prize pool for the Clash Masters.
Yeah, there's quite a lot on the line, and we have the next attack on our hands. Hugo is going in with another Queen Charge Dragon Riders. I mean, we already said both teams are French, and maybe that's the reason why their attack strategies so far look so similar. They both run kind of similar strategies, both like the Queen Charge Dragon Riders in general, and the other matches before we had quite often different approaches towards the game. But right now, the Queen is having a lot of problems. There, oh no,
what? No. He keeps the Queen alive, but at what cost? Her ability, unfortunately. Luckily, the super mains are in the poison spell, trying to deal with the enemy Royal Champion now, but we've seen it before. When you don't have a Queen ability to keep later in the raid, when you're potentially looking to help take out a Town Hall, which I think that's what he wants to do here, especially with a jump spell, it might just be devastating. Let's see if Hugo Stiglitz can keep it going.
Yeah, he's trying to somehow make that work. We have the Queen now walking around the corner. He has one more wall break. He has one more jump. So most likely going to try to, I guess, wall break into the next layer, which is the elixir storage, and then jump towards the town. That might be an option. Now let's wait for what exactly the plan is going to be and what might be the best idea to come up and beat this base. There's the wall break. The wall break actually got hit by a spring trap, but that's no problem whatsoever. The super wall break is getting him into the next layer, and the king is funneling the outside.
Now the Queen just step up for the sweeper, looking pretty solid still. Must make sure he keeps a rage, freeze, and Queen, please, Queen, go. Okay, good. I was going to say the Queen. If you started going for a wall, I would have had some issues. I would have had a problem with you. But she is coming back around, taking the jump. But look how he placed this jump. He purposely didn't want to connect the channel compartment to force that Queen in. Pops that Warden ability. The Dragon Riders are pushing their way through. Rages up that queen. She steps up now. She's going for the Town Hall. Brilliant job getting that Valley. She can now take the jump towards the middle multi. And he wants to keep her away from the Town Hall Poison. He's got Royal Champ ability. I'm liking this so far. Okay, never mind. She does still step into the Town Hall next to this area. Oh my goodness, Queen. Why?
I mean, she wants to keep things interesting, right? Because this is a huge overkill already. Really great queen charge, making things look easy. The core and the Mucha Inferno Tower in the core is not going to change anything. And Hugo is getting the next 3-star on the board. This match, I mean, take a look at this match. They make things look so easy. I mean, before the other matches, we always had a couple of mistakes happening here and there. But those two teams are still perfect. We talked about the first team which is showing any weakness typically is losing today in the qualifier matches, and those teams are just like playing the system and instead just showing no weakness. That's the game plan, and so far it's paying off. Both teams are 3 out of 3, and this match is looking crazy.
Brilliant job so far. Both of them are perfect, and they're trying to keep that going. And we're gonna have to see, can MCS answer another? There's only 2 attacks left for each side. So again, like the last war, it was basically a 2v2 because it was all tied up after all the 3 attacks apiece. So now we're still gonna probably see, well, maybe, I mean, we could see tryhard. Usually sometimes MCS has been rotating some players out, so we have to keep our eye out which players in for this week, because we did see Lou playing in earlier. And because Carnage Gaming, MCS, like you said, they're both French teams, French clans coming in. They both have been performing really well. But now, here we go. For MCS, it is Arium coming in again with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders, using the freeze perfectly so the blimp can make its way in. You can rage his air. There is a sticking air mine, and yes,
wow,
the blimp death damage took out the Tassel farm. Brilliant. Oh my!
I mean, I would say that was decent value, to say the least. I mean, this one Yeti Blimp took down 5 Tesla, 2 Builder Huts, the Scatter, a Multi-Inferno Tower, and the Clan Castle. I mean, you can't get any more value with just 1 Blimp. That is incredible right there.
Jeez.
Arium, at this point, to be honest.
Arium, I'm disappointed that your blimp didn't take out the Town Hall, the Queen, and the Royal Champion at the same time. You got some incredible value. Why don't you just add that into the mix? Unbelievable there from Arium. Now charges this Queen in towards the multi-target Inferno. Gonna get some incredible value. Has another super wall break, probably for the bomb tower corner to keep the Queen going towards that Town Hall. But easily taking that Town Hall, or easily taking out the CC, that compartment. Now he can charge his way in, and this is looking beautiful for Arium.
Yeah, and are we taking like a look ahead, taking a look at the Dragon Rider pathing from the right side? It is looking perfect, just like no sweeper against you, perfect pathing into both defending air heroes. So really, really nice for them already, for the Dragon Riders. And the Queen Charge so far looks good as well. She should step a little bit further, which is dragging the healers inside the range of the Rage. And there we go. The Dragon Riders just started. The Queen is walking around the corner, going for the tunnel right away. And there now the Headhunters coming any second to take down those defending remaining heroes. Royal Champion is going down. Queen should go down next with that Warden ability and those Headhunters in there as well.
Brilliant.
That's just looking crushed.
It is. Absolutely. Use the freeze on the Scatter and the Ground Expo. The Queen is continuing her charge. Arium making this look so easy. He's got a freeze, the Royal Champion ability, and pops the Queen right now. Remember, time is always an issue. Uses that freeze. Oh my goodness, we got some spells, but it's not going to matter. RC used her shield there, got the minions for cleanup, and Arium, GG, well done. That is now 4 for 4 here today for MCES. I mean, when your blimp gets that value, all the tassels, gets an Inferno, pulls the Clan Castle, I mean, at that point, what is left of the base? He just made it look just so easy and broke it down 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, wow. I mean, it's barely that you take, you have at any point so much value with just 1 blimp. Yes, it was Rage, but still, like, having so much value is really incredible. So Tesla form not at the right place for this attack at least, and this means MCS are keep pushing strong. Before this attack, where it was tied up on stars, we had Carnage Gaming having the lead on time. So let's see if they can 3-star again. If they can 3-star quickly again, we have to see who has the lead on time after the next attack. But so far, both teams are incredibly close, and this match is getting closer and closer because we have not that many attacks left. So now it's back to Carnage putting up the pressure.
Indeed, it's coming down to Carnage, but like you mentioned, you said that Carnage Gaming had the lead on the average attack duration, but the average attack duration was 10 seconds is the advantage to Carnage. So if Carnage triples, they are looking to triple, but to keep tripling faster than MCS at this rate. We're finding a Tesla farm next to the Town Hall with 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a million skellies trying to slow him down. We're not seeing some air skellies in this attack, which means the dragons, hey, they pushed their way through. We're not going to have to deal with them. Town Hall goes down with the sneakies. Beautiful job here, pulling the skellies across the base to the bottom side. And the nice thing is, well, okay, we see the queen, but if you were to drop the king, the yak does splash damage, and so the king nowadays can get through a skeleton farm really easily.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that the yak is countering the skeleton farm so easily. Just like one headbutt, and everything is just gone. But the dragons are starting as well, and this first skeleton compartment is gone as well. Whereas black mines are hitting, the warden ability did not get delayed, which means all of those core black mines might be a big threat. And there are now the clan castle troops coming out as well. There are the super minions, and those dragon riders, they are just getting melted inside the range of the clan castle.
Yeah, they are. That tornado trap slowed them down. Like you said, the traps in the core are going to do a lot of work. Oh, like the seeking air mines to the dragons. And the Royal Champion coming through here. Can he keep some of these dragons alive? Oh, no. As I say that, they die off. Rip to his dragons in the core. And Carnage Gaming needs to 3-star to keep pace with MCS. The only thing left he has is the hero abilities of the Queen and Royal Champion and just one free spell. But there's just too much left on the base. He's going to drop the freeze here, but he finally drops it, grabs the Ground Expo. But the Queen has her ability. This Ground Expo is just going to do way too much work here. Unless the Warden... Wait. Warden? Are you going to grab the Ground Expo? Yeah, you are.
What?
Don't... No. Hold on. This Queen... Wait, the Warden can grab the barracks. If he stays out of range of the... No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. But remember, time was the issue. Carnage had the lead by 10 seconds. If this takes the full 3 minutes of the attack... Oh my goodness, is this going to be a 3-star Itsu?
The classic cleanup warden, you know it. That's how it's working.
What?
I mean, what is going on? The warden is just finishing the base on its own.
Wow, this is insane. The Queen comes back around, and yes, Carnage is going to 3. Oh my, Carnage with the triple, the answer to keep the perfect war at stake. And now we're just going to have to keep an eye on what the average attack duration is of this war, because it's perfect, and it comes down to these final 2 attackers.
Yeah, I mean, Lady B tried her best to jinx it, that it's going to be a perfect, but she had not enough power. And if even she is failing, then I don't know what could stop those teams. That is incredible so far. Both teams are 4 out of 4 and are going strong. And I mean, what is going on? I feel like we're in a different movie right now because everything is a 3-star.
It is, and I'm just receiving word right now that Carnage Gaming is in the lead by 5 seconds. So that last attack knocked off 5 seconds of the lead. They were 10 seconds ahead of MCS, now only 5. So literally, it's neck and neck. Everything is on the line. It comes down to these final 2 attacks. Not only do you get the 3-star, but you might have to switch up your attack to 3-star faster. So we might see the final attack coming in for Carnage Gaming if MCS triple could come in with a mass Inferno Dragons to keep up with the average attack duration.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about like if it's actually perfect. I mean, there's all like the last attack typically is like the base where you have the least like not that many plants on, right? So you can't really change things up too much. And we have Tryhard coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. They're going in for the 3-star. They're saying, hey, first we have to 3-star, then we can think about time. And that's what he's going for against this base. And we have the Log Launcher. No, wait a second. This time around, we have the Ram with him. What is... He's going to switch that, right?
I would imagine, but unless he wants to go with the Wall Wrecker to charge this Queen in... Hang on here. I mean, it's not like 2018, right? Because the Wall Wrecker, right? We have something called the Log Launcher that gets some incredible value here. Let's see if he still wants to go with it. But remember, the difference between the Log Launcher and the Wall Wrecker is that the Log Launcher loses its health over time, and the Wall Wrecker will not. So it will go all the way to the Town Hall no matter what, as long as it obviously doesn't get damaged enough to open it up. Drops some balloons onto the Archer Tower, charging this Queen into the enemy Royal Champion Scatter to get this value. And he still has 5. Ooh, he wall breaks in. Let's see if he can keep this charge going.
Yeah, the Queen just keep going. I was a bit scared right now. If the Queen would have done one more step towards the left, the scatter shot actually could have targeted the healers. The Nice Freeze is keeping the Queen safe versus the Headhunters, which came out of the Clan Castle. Now the question is, where is that Ram coming in? There's the King taking down the Eagle. The Eagle right now is locked onto the King. Should switch probably soon because he's running in. Wait a second, the Eagle's just targeting the grass. What is going on?
What was that? It's the Yak. It wanted the Yak, you know? It was a little scared. It was scared of it. There's the Wall Wrecker down south at 6 to go into the air defense to make it to the Town Hall because he did remember what the log does. Oh,
Queen
no.
Queen went down.
Oh. I was paying attention to the Wall Wrecker, and the Queen's gone. Did the Queen... Now the question is, did the Queen get enough?
I'm not sure. I feel like those healers are getting picked off now. Meanwhile, the healers did not trigger a lot of traps. So, like, this could be something where they're, like, still worth something. But with not triggering too many traps, it's a tricky situation. He's freezing the single Inferno Tower right now. It's getting really messy with all of those traps inside the core.
Oh, no.
And I don't know.
He's got the multi. The Royal Champ's ability goes off. This Queen didn't get that value. Dragon Rider's taking out that top side. I don't think Tryhard's going to get this one. He freezes up the scatter shot. He's got a few... Wait, is that 3 Dragon Riders? Yeah, but they're all like super low health. He's got 1 invis. They try... Oh, yes, the scatter goes down. So the Royal Champion can try to take the... Yes, he uses the invis to help take the cannon down. Don't tell me this. He only got 22 seconds left, though. Down goes the Tesla. The Grand Warden's going to go down to this air defense. The multi's going down. There's just a few defense, but the Royal Champ is not going to survive. Oh.
No, the Royal Champion is going down. The ground skeletons are going to delay things even more, and this is going to be a defense. What is going on? It feels like most of the teams, which might be considered as favorites going into this with like Alternate, with Queen Walkers, and now MCS, they all seem to fall short. And now it's all about the percentage in the last attack. It's not about time. We thought it's about time. We thought it's about time and the perfect, but it did not happen. Carnage now, it's enough for them to get a high percentage 2-star to make this work and get them the win to move into the next day.
I mean, even if they get an 86%, which would tie it exactly on stars and percent, they will have the advantage on percentage because Tryhard's attack took the whole time basically there. But we're going to see Carnage now coming in with a Blizzard Dragon Rider. Oh my, you're trying to land this blimp into this compartment where there's so much space. Oh, he lands. He makes it. Okay, but I'm scared. I'm scared of giant bombs. Oh,
is there a double giant bomb? There's no... Why would you place like a double black man over there with no giant bombs whatsoever? There's the first giant bomb. He did not get the Town Hall. The question is, did he want to get the Town Hall?
I don't think he did. I mean, do you think he wanted to land all the way there? I mean, I would have said there was probably going to be trapped up. That would have been such a risky blimp.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I'm quite surprised that there were not more giant bombs, like especially because there were the black mines. But either way, now he's trying to go for the Town Hall to make that Town Hall go down, and those Dragon Riders being able to avoid that is such a big deal. The Tesla, though, on the left side, they could make pathing a little bit tricky, or like funneling at least a little bit tricky. And the queen and king should go inside, though. Or is this Tesla luring the king on the outside again?
It will. The Dragon Rider sets a little bit of a funnel. Come on, takes out the Tesla. King should come back around, make his way towards the town. I'll pop that king ability before the town hall activates so that barbarians soak up all the beams from the town hall. Look at this yak. See? These skellies go down so fast. Pop the king, pop the... No! Why? Why didn't you pop it? Because now the queen's taking some damage. You do make her invisible. You do a lot... No! The town hall finally goes down.
Yeah, the Dragon Rider, which had to be placed on the left side, is going down as well. And this means it's one less Dragon Rider which is getting pushed into this base. And the Dragon Rider, which is on the right side, on the far right side, is not inside that Warden range. The Dragon Riders are getting picked off really quick after each other. There's another set of black mines, which are getting blocked, though, due to the Warden ability. The question now is this enough power? It's crossing the 60% mark. Can he make that work percentage-wise? And can he get and collect somehow enough percentage in buildings?
I mean, he's got that freeze onto the scatter in the ground, and the Expo over there, the world champion, is trying to make... Oh, the world champion went down, but he's got the... Oh, wait, the Dragon Riders are still coming across. 79, remember, he needs the 86 at least to tie. 87 to win. He's got the cleanup around, and the Dragon Riders indeed are going to finish off the final defenses. Yeah, but he doesn't need to worry about the final buildings because he achieved the percentage. GG to Carnage Gaming here. Gonna be edging out MCES.
What a match. Incredible performance from both teams. Huge GG, obviously. Like 14 to 15. By far the highest scoring match so far which we had today. But that match with like so many different strategies, so many different approaches and everything. We had Suilalo, we had Queen Charge Dragon Riders, Mass Dragon Riders, different type of dragon attacks and whatsoever. And that was truly impressive. Both sides really, really nicely done. But this means Carnage is going to move into the next day, into the top 4 teams, which is giving them a better shot at collecting those points for qualifying or getting into the playoffs due collecting those qualifier points.
Absolutely. Let's go and take a look at where we stand with the bracket, because Carnage knocking out MCS is what people would have said MCS probably coming in as the favorites here. But now the semifinals, remember, this is all best of 1. This will be tomorrow. Bazinger taking on AS Monster, and then the next match, which will be Space Station Gaming versus Carnage Gaming. We do have some incredible things. If you guys remember from the Open Qualifier number 1, AS Monster was Fireworks, and they are now going under the AS Monster name, but still impressive showcase here, seeing from these wars. GG, because we're going to have these matches, the 3rd place, and then the grand finals of qualifier number 2. Brilliant job today from these clans, and they just came in and showed what they can do. Because remember, what is on the line at the end of all the qualifiers, because this is qualifier number 2, we still have qualifier number 3 next week, is if you make it, you qualify, you get to the playoffs, you win that, it is going to be that silver ticket, which Carnage Gaming does indeed have to get to the World Championship to try to compete and make it to the grand finals, the big stage where the golden ticket teams were invited for winning each month's qualifiers. But incredible stuff to see these teams come through. Itsu, what did you think of the performance from all these teams? Did you have like a favorite attack that you remember from today?
I mean, we had so many good attacks. I feel like, to me, the most impressive attacks were of all the Suilado attacks. I feel like this is such a cool strategy, such a powerful strategy, which not so many people are using anymore, because obviously there are now easier options which can still 3-star, like a lot of Dragon Rider-based attacks. But Lalo, I think it's like, if you can actually execute it, it's still so overpowering. We saw so crazy overkills with those. So I think the strategy itself, for me, was the highlight of the day. In all of those matches. But what is with you, Corbin? Like, what was your highlight of all of those crazy matches today?
I mean, probably Lex coming in with the final to clutch it and moving on for Space Station. That log launcher going across, the Dragon Rider coming out to reach over the wall to grab that multi-target Inferno to protect his Queen's healers. It was a brilliant plan. Absolutely loved the attack to help Space Station advance, which we will be seeing come tomorrow. But now let's take a look at the standings and where these teams currently are located. So we see in first place is MC. Yes. Even though they did lose, they are now still in first, but comes down to tomorrow. If Space Station can win, they can move up even higher in the leaderboard. The only team up in the top 4 that's still remaining is indeed AS Monster. So if they make it and they win, they are going to be advancing to first place. So there is still a lot on the line. Alternate attacks, Queen Walkers, neither of them made it to qualifier number 2. They still have a chance in qualifier number 3. But look at the left side of the bracket. The highlighted numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only the top 4, those ones will be invited back to the playoffs, which will be later after the qualifiers, the last chance qualifiers as well for teams to compete. So some incredible stuff. And I can't wait to see what these teams can do, Itsu.
Yeah, I feel like, as you just mentioned, especially for Space Station and AS Monster, tomorrow is going to be a huge deal, because I feel like if they're going to get a good placement, maybe even first or second over on seeding, they could already make sure that they're staying in this top 4, because we saw how many different teams made it in the second qualifier, like first qualifier, second qualifier. Comparing those, we always had some upsets happening, so it's not easy to stack up those points. And getting this in this qualifier, the second qualifier, another good seeding with like points and everything, they're looking really, really good, and maybe even staying inside that top 4. So I feel like those are the matches to watch tomorrow. For Carbon, I cannot wait, but tomorrow is going to be the last remaining matches of the second qualifier. That's going to be amazing to watch, Carbon.
Oh, I cannot wait. And if you guys at home are wanting to see where can I learn more information about the Clash Masters, well, you can do it in many different places, but easy enough is over on Twitter and Discord. Twitter is twitter.com/ClashMasters or discord.com/ClashMasters as well to join to learn more about it. And registration for qualifier number 3 is open right now. So go head over into the Discord channel. Make sure you guys sign up your team to try to compete in the qualifier number 3. And hey, who knows, maybe you will be able to win that and get enough points to be able to make it to the playoffs. But even though, you can still win part of that $20,000 prize pool. So there is a ton of money on the line. And hey, you potentially can join up with these teams in the rankings. But it's been an incredible day of Clash Wars today, and we have 4 more coming tomorrow. Cannot wait to see between these top 4 teams here in qualifiers number 2. Remember, qualifier number 3 is coming next week. But that is going to wrap it up for me and Itsu here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. CDT. And hey, make sure you guys mark it on the calendar. It's going to be a ton of fun. Till then, have a good one.